The old neighborhood. Sarah is coming with me on my first mission. I need to speak to her contact in the UC Vanguard about a possible lead on an artifact. Okay.
Hey, no funny stuff with that boost pack. Got enough flight traffic as it is.
Wait, Sarah! No! She got left behind. Oh, I forgot. I need to buy her something, right?
One day, I'm gonna leave New Atlantis for good. I'm so excited to see Tony after work. Take care of yourself.
Okay, hold on.
Bundles are top tier.
What do I have to buy her again? I think it's in the activities, maybe. Oh, deliver a Terra Brew cappuccino to Donna Rain. Okay, I see. Terra Brew, Terra Brew. Let's go to this marker first. Wait, who are they?
Each of you swear to protect and defend the citizens of the United Colonies to the best of your abilities, and to uphold the values of the Vanguard, honor, loyalty, self-reliance in all your actions as members of the United Colonies Navy.
Vanguard.
I do.
Then I'm proud to welcome you to the Vanguard. Now, you all have your assignments. Get out there and show them what the UC's made of. Supra et Ultra.
Super and Ultra, what does it mean?
Vanguard's open to everyone. UC born or otherwise.
Oh, really?
If you're looking to earn yourself a place in the UC, Commander Tuala can get you squared away. You look like you know how to handle yourself, know how to fly. Vanguard might well have a place for you. Vanguard's open to everyone. UC born or otherwise.
Unless you're my new commander, it's going to have to wait. Vanguard calls. Tex better be quick with my ship. Got a mission I need to see to. UC's paying my bills now. Vanguard makes you take a flight exam to get in. Don't worry though, it's a cakewalk. Tex better be quick with my ship. Got a mission I need to see
If you're
to.
looking to earn yourself a place in the UC, Commander Tuala can get you squared away.
Must.
You ever hear that one about the orphan and the platypus? Funny stuff. Can't really remember it.
Welcome to Mast. If you have an appointment, you may proceed inside. Yes? You needed something?
What is it you do here?
I'm one of Mast's resource officers. It's my job to ensure those here on official business get where they're going promptly, and that any rule breaking is dealt with swiftly.
Oh. What is this place?
This is Mast, the beating heart of the United Colonies. Every decision made in the civilized galaxy takes place inside these walls.
I'm looking for work. Know of anyone who needs a hand?
The Vanguard should be able to provide you with work going forward. Enjoy your time in New Atlantis.
The Vanguard.
Hi. No time to chat. How's it going?
Sarah, good to see you. Who's your friend?
Hopefully Constellation's newest member. Thought I'd run through some legwork together.
Another space explorer. Hey, you ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? help the United Colonies, earn some credits, even get your UC citizenship?
Was the Vanguard.
United Colonies volunteer fleet. Independent captains enlist, get to use their own ships, and the UC provides them with sustained work and credits. And put in your time, and you're guaranteed UC citizenship and everything that comes with it. Discounts on UC goods and medical services, chance to own a place in New Atlantis. Only way a foreign captain could even dream of seeing those sorts of benefits. So, you want in?
I see. Maybe later. We have Constellation business to discuss first. I would love to join the Vanguard. Sign me up.
Excellent. Just need to do a little paperwork. An orientation on the UC, and knock out an exam, and a probationary mission. We need to know you'll be able to hack it out there after all.
Do well. You'll be out there keeping the peace in no time.
In no time.
Don't forget, John. I need him back after you wrap him in that fancy get-up of yours.
No worries, Sarah. I'm not forgetting about you or our little business afterwards. Promise.
First things first, head down to the orientation hall and get signed up at the registration terminal. System will walk you through the rest.
Oh, and if you got a bounty, well, you're gonna have to make things right with the UC before we'll let you join.
Okay.
If you got any questions, I can get you sorted.
Oh, always mispressed.
The process starts with registration down in the orientation hall. Or did you have a question?
Why does the UC need foreign pilots to fly for them?
Military used to have a pretty narrow view of where the best pilots came from. In their eyes, it was UC or bust. The creation of the Vanguard was an acknowledgement by the brass that maybe not all the galaxy's greatest pilots went through a UC flight school. So it's the Vanguard's job to find them and get them to fly for us.
This building is called MAST, right? What kind of name is that?
MAST is short for Military, Administrative, and Scientific Triumvirate.
Oh.
From here, the three co-equal divisions of the UC government work together to advance the cause of the colonies. Be that through mutual defense, political and diplomatic strength, or scientific discovery. Now, serving any of the UC's divisions grants citizenship, but scientific and admin positions in the UC tend to be real competitive.
Oh, really?
Understandable. Most people would prefer to earn their citizenship behind a desk rather than in
Oh,
combat.
yeah.
Not something I'd ever choose for myself, but understandable.
What, are you a war junkie? I'm curious, how long have you been with the Vanguard, Commander?
Me? 6, 7 years now? Was a recon squad commander in a former life, so it wasn't too big a jump bossing around foreign pilots instead. But Vanguard's been a quality assignment. Meet new people, judge them on a series of diverse criteria, get them out there helping people who need it.
Okay, so he was a recon force commander. So, what state he served on? He served at? Was it Freestar? I wanted to know something specific about the process for joining the Vanguard.
Sure thing. What do you want to know?
I'm not going to get hurt during this, am I?
The exam's just a simulation. Only way you'll be hurt there is if you trip on your way inside.
Okay.
Now, for the probationary mission. We select those specifically to ease you into the type of work you'll be doing here. Make sure you're capable of handling things on your own. But I can't promise it'll be risk-free. The UC sends us on jobs because there could be combat. This mission would be no different. Now, if that's a deal breaker, I won't be offended if you walk away. But this is the military. The chance of conflict is kind of in the job description.
I see. Can you tell me about the exam and this probationary mission?
For the exam, we'll be putting you through a combat flight simulation. Let us see your piloting skills, evaluate how you behave under pressure, all without any risk of you inadvertently getting blown out an airlock. For the probationary mission, though, we'll be sending you out on a job all on your own. The specifics of the mission vary by what's available at the time. But we're not about to ask you to storm a Crimson Fleet base or whatever. At least, not on Mission 1. More likely, you'll be making a drop-off to some UC citizens in an area that's outside normal naval patrols. There'll be a risk of hostile contacts, but that's far from guaranteed.
Okay, what kind of work would I be doing for you guys?
Vanguard work is as needed. When we've got jobs, we'll make them available to you. But the work itself, well, it runs the gamut. Sometimes you might be hunting down hostile ships on behalf of the UC Navy, or you might be called up to help the Science Division clean up some invasive species. Hell, we've even been asked to help take on the occasional terramorph. And sometimes we just need cargo support. Not every job's glamorous. The Vanguard only gets called in for the ones where there's a chance of seeing action. Wherever the UC needs us, the Vanguard is there.
Okay, where do I go to register again?
Just hop into the elevator. You want the button for Vanguard Orientation Hall. Register yourself at the terminals in the lobby and the exam system will get you to where you need to go.
Okay, I'm all set.
I'll keep an eye out for your results. Something wrong with the exam?
We had consolation business to discuss.
Right. Got so wound up bringing you on board, I almost forgot.
Oh, I haven't. Come on, John. Let's hear it, before you try to convince him to join the Marines.
All right. Here's what I've got. Vanguard volunteer by the name of Moera. Helps patrol the old neighborhood. Sol, Mars, Neptune, you know.
The Sol system? Which admiral did he upset to get that posting?
He's Martian, born and raised. Not like I can get anyone else to care. Word is he's got some fancy metal ornament he's been showing off to the old grounders. Matches that description Sarah gave me.
Okay, Sarah make it sound like being posted in the Sol system is a bad thing. Why is that? Wait, what's wrong with the Sol? Okay, what's wrong with the Sol system?
You kidding? Lowest posting request rate in the whole fleet. Only thing there the UC cares about is Mars. And no one wants to go to Mars. They want to get off Mars.
Why? Why? Who's this Moira?
Oh, he goes way back. Think he was recruit number 81 or something.
Recruit number 81? So how long has the Vanguard, how long ago Vanguard was established? If he's on patrol, he could be putting our item at risk. We'll talk to him. I'm sure we can make him a good offer for it. If he's on patrol, he could be putting our item at risk.
What? Nah. Sol system is as quiet as a coffin. It'll be fine.
That means it's not going to be fine.
I'm sure you two can handle it. Sol system is a lot of planets, but a vet like Moera will be checking in at Sidonia on the regular.
You mean hitting the bars, don't you, John?
Sidonia.
Hey, nothing wrong with a little refresh between patrols.
Did Moira say where he found this ornament of his?
You'll have to ask him, but Vanguard volunteers have retrieval rights if they get into a scrap. Wouldn't be surprised if he found it off of a pirate or something like that.
Of a pirate. Anything you can tell me about Sidonia?
Yeah, bring a coloring book. You
What?
get so used to seeing red, you'll forget what blues and greens look like.
The Red Planet. A bar in a spaceport. Sounds like home.
It's definitely a lifestyle, burning helium out there, seeing where the stars take you.
Burning helium out there. So the spaceships use helium as fuel.
What can I do for you, applicant?
Okay. What's that?
Only those on official United Colonies business can access the building.
Yeah. Supra et Ultra. Step 1 of joining the Vanguard. Register at one of the terminals in the orientation hall inside MAST. Okay. Cabinet chambers. Interstellar Affairs, Defense Research, Health and Human Services, Aegis, Central Command, Office of the President, Systems Defense. Okay, so I heard the machine talked about SysDef. So I assume SysDef stands for Systems Defense. I see. Lobby, Commander Tuala's office. Nut Station, Vanguard Orientation Hall. Nice. Hold on. I want to check something. Hold on, please. Yeah, let's go. Recruit registration.
You enlisting too? I've always wanted to live in New Atlantis, but they only let citizens buy property, so here I am. My family never had any love for the UC after the Colony War. Would probably disown me if they knew I was signing up.
Okay, is she implying she's from Freestar? Wait, hold on.
Signing up for the Vanguard? You want the terminals then? Or did you just pop by for 2 heaping scoops of propaganda?
Hold on. Is the Colony War the same war that broke out in 2308? The one that was mentioned in one of Hayden Wynn's journal? Is it the same war or is it different?
Look, you didn't hear it from me, but I got a tip there's a way to hack the Vanguard exam. Get yourself a better score.
Then tell me how.
Grew up in Neon, so I get big cities, but one clean enough to eat off the pavement? That's new.
I see.
Grew up in Neon, so I get big cities, but one clean enough to eat off the pavement?
I don't like the UC any more than the next guy,
That's new.
but they've got the credits. I really hope all this historical junk isn't going to be on the test. You been through the exhibit? UC certainly likes to talk about itself, huh?
Yeah, I don't know, giving themselves head.
Look,
you been through the exhibit?
Me, but
UC
I got a
certainly
tip
likes
there's
to
a way
talk
to
about
hack
itself,
the
huh?
Vanguard exam. Get yourself a better score.
I mean, I don't like the UC any more than the next guy, but...
Vanguard registration? This one or this one? Or are they the same? Applicant name Darko Pruitt Black. Current bounty 0. To register for your examination, please select Enlistment Agreement. Note, any outstanding UC bounty must be paid before proceeding. Enlistment Agreement. By joining the United Colonies, Vanguard, you agree to perform necessary services for the United Colonies that could place you in serious danger resulting in harm to your craft or yourself, up to and including death. I, Darko Pruitt Black, agree. Consent documented. You may proceed to the examination chamber through the orientation hall. Please proceed through the orientation hall to the examination chamber.
Registration accepted. You may now proceed through the historical displays in the orientation hall, or continue on to the examination.
Orientation hall. Oh, okay. The end of Earth?
In 2150, humanity learned the Earth's magnetosphere would collapse sometime in the next half-century, eliminating all life on the planet. Decisive action was required, but the secure transport of an entire civilization would demand a new kind of cooperation, a new kind of courage, and a new kind of union. Thus, in 2159, the United Colonies were formed to make that journey possible. Just 1 year later, the Galileo, the first of many colony ships, touched down here on Jemison, beginning a new era of human history, the age of the United Colonies.
effort and planning it must have taken to evacuate literally the entire planet. Can you imagine? The logistics alone must have been mind-boggling.
Okay, so Earth magnetosphere was collapsing, so it wasn't because of some kind of war. I see.
You here to enlist? Don't worry, none of this junk is on the exam. I'm not part of the tour. Move along. I've probably got every display in this place memorized at this point. In 2050, the Earth exploded. Love that one. What? One of the displays broken? I'll call up to maintenance. This assignment isn't glamorous, but it sure beats patrols. This assignment isn't glamorous, but it sure beats patrols.
Okay. New factions rise.
From their foundation, the United Colonies strove to provide all their citizens with opportunity, security, and peace. But there were those among the UC that still wanted something more. Independence. So in 2161, the UC issued the Centaurus Proclamation, granting UC citizens the right to settle distant worlds and form their own sovereign powers.
Nice.
It wasn't long before the first new faction, the Free Star Collective, was formally organized in 2188, later followed by House Varun, revealing themselves to the universe in 2230.
House Varun. Yeah,
The Centaurus Proclamation has always left me torn. So much conflict arose as a result. Was it worth it?
Wait, do you prefer the UC has centralized everything? Do you prefer them to clamp down with an iron fist to prevent people from forming their own sovereign power? I don't know. I'm always on the side that is a bit icky towards concept like world government, one government deal stuff. People are different, societies are different, even people in the same nation have different communities. Having a one world government, one uniform ways of doing things is just not good, in my opinion. I mean, also, there is no guarantee that if the Centaurus Proclamation wasn't signed, there is no guarantee that there would be no conflict. Right?
Been a long time since I've been to Mars. Sol system doesn't get a lot of traffic. Bye for now.
So this showcase mentioned Freestar and House Varun. I remember that group of people who escaped the station who got attacked by House Varun zealots, according to what's her name? UC functionary Brooks. House Varun zealots. House Varun. Oh, this is their spacesuits or armor and their clothing. House Varun. Okay, who said this? Was it Ricardo Bosch or was it a random citizen? There was something said about House Varun. Them starting as settlers, going to space, then return as House Varun? Something like that. The Freestar Collective.
Look, I'm not supposed to be giving opinions on this stuff, but the UC's in a lot better hands these days than back before they signed the armistice.
Armistice? What's that? Okay, so the UC is in a better condition now compared to the past. Okay. What is the armistice?
Try not to disturb the other patrons, okay? Please don't touch the displays. You looking for the exam room? Just down the hall. Look, I'm not supposed to be giving opinions on this stuff, but the UC's in a lot better hands these days
The
than
Narion.
back before they signed
What?
the armistice.
Okay, there's a panel. Narion War. Okay, is there other panels before this one? Let me check. Okay, I came through here, right? Okay, just this one button. What about this? No button at all. Okay, no button. Okay, there's the other button. Oh, this is the next button to press. Okay, and then there's this Narion War. Hold on. Okay, House Varun. Okay, House Varun.
It was only in 2230 that the faction known as House Varun first made contact with the rest of the settled systems. Founded by the passengers of a colony ship that had left New Atlantis and disappeared 4 decades earlier,
4 decades.
House Varun was a faction unlike any other.
Any other?
A theocracy dedicated wholly to the beliefs of its isolationist founder, Jinan Varun.
Jinan
House
Varun.
Varun initially made overtures of peace towards the rest of the settled systems.
Okay.
They claimed their only intention was to spread the word of their god, the Great Serpent. But none could have guessed that this worship might take the form of a bloody war, the Serpent's Crusade.
Wait, what happened? I thought the narration said they made contact and strove for peace. So what led to the war? What led to the war? What started it? Okay, so they are originally settlers from New Atlantis. Who went to space 4 decades ago. Wait, 4 decades ago? What year are we in now? Freestar Collective.
The Freestar Collective was initially founded in 2188, when the citizens of Aquila banded together with the pleasure city of Neon in mutual defense.
Mutual defense.
But in 2194, after the deployment of a UC medical star station in orbit around their world, the citizens of Narion also requested to join the collective. The resulting rise in tensions between the Freestar Collective and UC culminated in the settled system's first intergalactic conflict, the Narion War.
Oh, there are 2 wars.
Despite a decisive victory by the UC, the colonies permitted the citizens of Narion to join the collective, forming the basis for the fiercely independent union that persists to this day.
Hold on. So there are 2 wars. The Narion War and the Colony War. Right? Hold on. Let me replay that again.
The Freestar Collective was initially founded in 2188, when the citizens of Aquila banded together with the pleasure city of Neon in mutual defense. But in 2194, after the deployment of a UC medical star station in orbit around their world, the citizens of Narion also requested to join the collective. The resulting rise in tensions between the Freestar Collective and UC culminated in the settled system's first intergalactic conflict, the Narion War. Despite a decisive victory by the UC, the colonies permitted the citizens of Narion to join the collective, forming the basis for the fiercely independent union that persists to this day.
Okay, so the United Colonies deploy a medical station in orbit of Narion, right? After that, the people of Narion requested to join the Freestar Collective, and it led to tension between the UC and the Freestar. Why though? Why? I don't. I can't. I don't understand why the UC medical station being there in orbit of Narion, and Narion's people wanting to join the Freestar Collective would create tension between UC and the Freestar. Something. I think the narration isn't complete. Let's say, the UC medical station is in orbit of Narion, right? And then the people of Narion wants to join the collective, the Freestar. Why would that be a contention between UC and Freestar? I mean, they exist independently, right? The medical station and the people of Narion, meaning that, how should I say this? It's not okay. The UC deployed a medical station. It's not like they are staking a claim on Narion, right? At least the narration didn't say that. So the way I understand it, the UC simply deployed a medical station in orbit around Narion, but the UC did not claim a stake on Narion. So why would that lead to a tension between UC and Freestar just because the people of Narion wanted to join the collective? I don't understand. Okay, so then that led to the I don't really understand why that would trigger attention. Maybe some information were left out. Also, after the Narion War, the Narion War ended in a decisive victory for the United Colonies, and after that, they still give permission to the people of Narion to join the collective. Oh, okay. The keyword here is give permission. I see. So I think this implies when the UC deployed their medical station in orbit of Narion, they were also trying to claim Narion as part of UC. That's why it led to tension between UC and the collective after the people of Narion requested to join the collective, because UC also wants Narion. Ah, okay. That's what caused the tension and led to the war. But it's kind of strange though. UC wants to claim Narion. Narion wants to join Freestar. UC won the war decisively. It's kind of strange why UC still allow Narion to join the collective. I mean, the UC wanted Narion, right? And they won the war. Why didn't they keep the claim over Narion? What is the reasoning? I thought after what happened in the war, right? Losing men, losing resources, fighting war, I assume they would want to keep Narion for themselves and not allow them to join the collective after all the fighting in the war. I don't understand why. Is it because the UC decided it would be costly to occupy Narion because the people there still want to join the collective instead of the UC? So maybe after the war, after the resources and the men they lost in the war, maybe they did some calculation and they concluded, okay, we lost men, we lost resources for this war. If we if we be stubborn and still want to claim Narion and occupy Narion, there's going to be resistance. More battles would follow. And maybe they thought, they concluded, it's going to cost them more than what they already lost if they persisted in occupying Narion. Maybe. I don't know. The Narion War. Okay, so this is a much more elaborate info, I guess, about the Narion War. I see. Let me read this. The history of the Narion War. Beginning in 2196, the Narion War, humanity's first large-scale conflict among the stars. The first one. Okay, so there are at least two wars we know about. The Narion War and the Colony War is remembered as a defining moment for the settled systems, as the first major conflict to make extensive use of graph jump-enabled ships. The Narion War was less defined by key space battles and more by an extended cat-and-mouse interplay between the two powers, as well as the well-armed and professional UC Navy tried again and again to pin down the piecemeal but savvy Freestar fleet. Unable to strike the killing blow, the UC resorted to ever more severe tactics to try and drive the collective to capitulate, but without success. In fact, after many long years of war with little to show for it, even the populace of the UC itself began to turn against the cause, with protests roiling even New Atlantis, the citizenry demanding the war finally come to a humane close. So, when at long last the final blow was struck, with the UC Navy finally cornering and obliterating the Freestar fleet in 2216, it was a hollow victory. Okay, so even though they won, the citizens protested. They don't want any more conflict, and I assume by staying in Narion and occupying it breeds more conflict, right? It was from the resulting negotiations, the Treaty of Narion, that the settled systems as we know them today emerged, both literally and figuratively. Despite winning the war, the UC found themselves in an unenviable position, painted as a brutal aggressor even in their home systems. Yeah, I mean, their citizens, I guess their citizens still have good head on their shoulders. I mean, the narration said it itself. The people of Narion wants to join the collective, not the UC. So, yeah. So, in the spirit of unity and lasting peace, the UC agreed to the demands of the Freestar Collective and the Narion settlers whose collusion triggered the conflict in the first place, and handed over Narion to the Collective, as they had requested at the start of hostilities, including the Clinic Medical Star Station, creating the Freestar Collective as we know it to this day. In return, the UC demanded two concessions. The first was payment for damages done in the form of mineral rights on multiple worlds across the galaxy. The second, more significant demand was that no great faction may ever colonize more than 3 systems. The UC would have Alpha Centauri, Soul and Wolf, and the Freestar Collective Cheyenne, Voli and Narion. Okay, so the UC, so the peace agreement, part of the peace agreement is that no great faction may ever colonize more than 3 systems. I guess to prevent a colonization race, yeah? It's to prevent a colonization race, which will then lead to more conflicts, I guess. Okay, so the UC owns Alpha Centauri, Sol, and Wolf, and the Freestar Collective owns Cheyenne, Voli, and Narion. Okay, so the war that was mentioned in Hayden Wynn's journal happened in 2308. This one happened in 2196, so it's two different wars. But I do remember though, according to Hayden Wynn's journal, the war in 2308 happened because the Freestar violated the Treaty of Narion. What is the Treaty of Narion though? The journal mentioned that the Freestar Collective established a colony called Vesta, right? And that apparently a violation to the Treaty of Narion. So I assuming so hold on. Oh, okay. So it is said here that the UC and the collective must not have more than 3 systems colonized, right? Oh, hold on. There's more. Hold on. The Freestar Collective agreed to these terms, creating and codifying into law the settled systems as we know them today. The Treaty of Narion has since become the foundation of all contemporary political relations, and its only official violation, the cause of the galaxy's greatest conflict, the Colony War. The one. So the Colony War is the result of the violation of the Treaty of Narion. So Hayden Wynn was talking about the Colony War in his journal. I see now. To learn more about the Colony War, please proceed to the Conflict Among the Stars mural. Okay, so I'm guessing that by establishing... Okay, so the Freestar Collective owns Cheyenne, Voli, and Narion, right? So when Hayden Wynn said that the Freestar violated the Treaty of Narion, that means the Freestar Collective colony known as Vesta was established in a system outside of these 3 systems, Cheyenne, Voli, and Narion, meaning that the Freestar effectively colonizing more than 3 systems, and that violates the Treaty of Narion. I see. However, it is not entirely the Freestars, However, Freestar is not necessarily the only guilty party though. Remember, before the Treaty of Narion was violated by the Freestar, the United Colonies has already built or established a research lab within Freestar Collective. A research lab for what was it called? Xenobiology? What was it called? They were using aliens. They were weaponizing aliens to use them in combat. So yeah, it's not like the fault is entirely on the Freestar Collective, but it is the only violation known to the public because the research lab established by UC to weaponize alien creatures was conducted in secret, so the public didn't know it. But the UC establishing a military research lab in the territory of another faction, that is also an act of war, right? An act of, it is violating another sovereign state's territorial rights. The difference is the UC's research lab was not known to the public, while the Freestar's violation of the treaty by establishing the colony of Vesta was known to the public. And so it is easier to just blame, to put all the violation on the side of the Freestar Collective, while the UC is publicly clean. Right? Okay. Also, in Hayden Wynn's journal, he mentioned that the Freestar Collective argued that Vesta was not a colony; it was simply a farm or a farmland. I'm not sure. I think that's what it was. I think that's what it said. I mean, I think that's what was written in Hayden Wynn's journal. Okay. The Serpent's Crusade.
Beginning in 2240, House Varun forces declared all-out war on the rest of human civilization, initiating the Serpent's Crusade. Over the next 23 years, thousands of Freestar, UC, and independent souls were killed by agents of House Varun in the name of their serpent god.
House Varun.
It was only with the death of their founder in 2263 and the succession of his heir Jarek that House Varun finally sued for peace. There remains, however, select members of House Varun who refuse to recognize the cessation of hostilities their leaders established.
Oh, I see.
Even after House Varun's mysterious disappearance, these zealots remain a threat to all who encounter them. Their pacification, a goal of all space.
Okay, so House Varun waged war against the other factions. And then once the founder passed away, the heir, Jarek, made his move to make peace. After the peace, House Varun mysteriously disappeared, except for some elements who wanted to continue the hostilities. So these elements, are they the ones that Brooks referred to as House Varun Zealots, right? So what happened though? House Varun came into the picture peacefully, and then something happened which started the Serpent's Crusade. Conflict among the stars.
Of the many conflicts between the galaxy's factions, none was more brutal than the recent colony war between the UC and the Freestar Collective.
Okay.
Set off by the unauthorized Freestar colonization of Vesta's Pride in 2308,
Yep.
a direct violation of the Nerion Treaty, the colony war spread quickly across the galaxy. Both sides deployed every tool at their disposal. Armadas of warships, mechanized combat platforms, or mechs. Even bioengineered alien creatures. The infamous UC Xeno-weapons.
The Red Devils.
It was only in 2311 at the Battle of Cheyenne that the scales finally tipped. The Freestar Collective, utilizing their civilian fleet as a human shield, successfully crippled the superior United Colonies Navy. After their shocking victory against the galaxy's greatest navy, the Freestar Collective offered terms of peace, which the colonies, out of an interest in staving off any further human costs, accepted. The galaxy has been rebuilding ever since.
The colony war was a horrible conflict that irreparably wounded the settled systems. There there were times I felt that it would never end.
Wait, you lived through the colony war? How long ago was this colony war? How old are you? Okay, so the final battle happened at Cheyenne. Cheyenne is the Freestar Collective's system, right? Alongside Narion and Voli. Okay, so the history knows it, that the Collective is the guilty party for colonizing Vesta. But before the war even broke out, UC already established their own research facility with military purpose within Freestar territories space, right? Yeah. Okay. But the public doesn't know that. All they know is that this Freestar Collective is the one that initiated the violation. Well, UC establishing their facility within Freestar Collective territory secretly is not a violation of the Narion Treaty. However, it is a violation of the Freestar Collective's territorial sovereignty. Right? But, so, if Freestar knew about that, there would be war, and the war would be known because UC established military research lab within the Collective's space instead of what happened now. The Collective established colony in Vesta, which resulted in a conflict. What is this? The Battle of Nira?
Few settled worlds were left untouched by the colony war. But nowhere could the viciousness of modern warfare be seen more clearly than on the Freestar planet of Nira.
Nira.
Initially occupied by invading United Colonies forces as a forward operating position, repeated attempts to take and retake the planet by collective forces led only to devastation. Swaths of the world were transformed into scorched husks, a nightmarish testament to the depths of human ingenuity and human cruelty. And today, Nira remains a continuing reminder to the horrors of unfettered war.
Nira. One of the intense battles that happened in the colony war, I guess. The Battle of Nira. What's this? Oh, is this what the narration referred to as the mechanized combat platform? Mechs? Huh, can I use this? How do you get inside? How do you get in? The Terror of Londinian?
This thing's like an artist's rendition, right? No animal can be this ugly in real life.
All 4 of my last science papers have been on terramorphs.
Oh, this is a terrormorph? Looks very scary.
I really hope this is just a phase. I bring her here almost every day to stare at this thing.
Oh, your daughter, I see.
You know it was some UC general that condemned Londinian?
Wait, is it?
Gave it over to these things.
One of my slates.
One of
said
these murals
terramorphs
said
can
he was
control
executed after the war.
minds.
Might have gotten off too
But-
lightly.
That can't be true.
Wait, don't talk at the same time, one by one. So is this your daughter or granddaughter? Oh, I mean, what is your relation with her?
This thing's like an artist's rendition. I really hope this is just. I bring her here. I really hope this is. I bring her here almost every day
Can't
to
stop
stare
staring
at
at
this
it.
thing.
A real terramorph. No one knows how they move between planets.
Oh,
I wonder if they can grav jump or something.
wait, they can move between planets? Hold on.
Dad wanted me to apply for the administration
Oh,
track at
Dad.
school, but I'm going to be a xenobiologist. It's science division or nothing.
Okay, father and daughter.
No one knows how they move between planets. One of my slates said terramorphs can control people's minds. But that can't be true. Dad wanted me to apply for the All 4 of my last science papers have
Okay.
been on terramorphs.
I remember something. This kid said no one knows how they move between planets. So terramorphs have the ability to move between planets, but no one knows how. I remember in one of Hayden Wynn's journal, he mentioned that humanity's first encounter with terramorphs is on the moon. And from the information they gathered, the terramorph was not indigenous to the moon. And I said, someone must have put them there. It turns out they have the abilities to move between planets. How did they do it? Do they have spaceship? What if terramorphs are not animals? What if they are, they are at least on a civilization level as humans? Maybe they have spaceships that they use to fly. It's just that this is how they look. Maybe they are not animal level, maybe they are human level. Terrormorph. The Terror of Londinian.
In the midst of the colony war, a different kind of tragedy struck the UC city of Londinian.
Londinian.
A newly constructed but critical supply center for the United Colonies' war effort, Londinian found itself overrun by one of the galaxy's most mysterious predators, the Terramorph. A rare but pervasive threat to all human-settled worlds, Terramorphs swept over the city, seemingly out of nowhere, on a scale never before seen in recorded history. Valiant efforts by the UC military slowed the onslaught, but the creatures proved unstoppable. Ultimately, the decision was made to destroy the Londinian spaceport, sealing off the city, the outbreak, and its citizenry from the galaxy at large. The tragedy of Londinian is mourned by the UC to this day.
So this attack by terrormorphs happened during the colony war. Do you think perhaps, is it possible, UC was studying alien creatures to be used in war, and they succeeded with the arthropods, which they embedded in the Red Devils, right? What if Freestar was doing the same thing, but to terrormorphs? Is it possible though? However, in one of Hayden Wynn's journal, he received information that his worry of Freestar doing the same thing, it has been proven false. So he received information or intel that Freestar was not doing any of the research that he was doing. So maybe it wasn't Freestar who deployed this terrormorph. But they happened during the colony war, the attack. Interesting. Colony war. Okay, this is after, the colony war happened after House Varun disappeared, right? And only some elements stay behind to fight. But the general House Varun has disappeared already, right? Before the colony war happened. Do you think it's possible that the terrormorphs has something to do with House Varun, or maybe it's just not related at all? So that's how a terrormorph looks like. The Armistice.
After the devastation wrought by the Colony War, the UC and the Freestar Collective came together to ratify a treaty that became known as the Armistice. Both sides agreed to a vast reduction in standing forces, and that xeno-weapons and mech warfare would be outlawed. All related research was sealed away, accessible only in cases of dire emergency. But the Collective had another demand, that the active commanders of the UC military stand trial for their actions.
What actions? Oh,
United
maybe.
colonies in the interest of peace and galactic security agreed. In 2311, 3 United Colonies senior officers were found guilty. Commander Henry Durant, General Indira Rastogi, and Fleet Admiral Francois Sanon, known better as Ve Victus. All were sentenced to death for their actions, bringing the colony war to a close and returning peace to the galaxy at long last.
What actions? Maybe it has something to do.
A strong supporter of the Armistice. All of the terrible weapons that both sides used against one another. It had to end.
Maybe it has something to do with the Battle of Nira. A Freestar colony occupied by UC during the war. Maybe they've done some war crimes there on Nira. By order of Armistice, Article 13-61A, there shall be establish a central archive guarded by 3 parties: the Freestar Collective, House Varun, and the United Colonies, for the collection and protection of all knowledge, research, and documentation depicting, describing, or in any way related to the technologies and mechanisms banned by this armistice. It shall be governed by the following laws. Access to all information in this archive will be mutually managed by all 3 parties. Access is only permitted by unanimous agreement of authorized factional representatives. The facility will be under the direct control of no sovereign faction, with no single party permitted to overrule the others. All decisions regarding matters pertaining to the archives must be unanimous. Any attempt at unauthorized access will be considered an act of aggression against all parties. Each party commits to defend the others against any such attempts. Wait, when did House Varun disappear? If they are involved in the guarding of the archive, that means House Varun disappeared after the end of the colony war, not before. Hold on. The timeline is rather confusing. So which one happened first? The Serpent's Crusade or the Colony War? Let's check out the year of the Serpent's Crusade.
Beginning in 2240, House Varun forces declared all-out war on the rest of human civilization, initiating the Serpent's Crusade.
Okay, 2240.
Over the next 23 years, thousands of Freestar, UC, and independent souls were killed by agents of House Varun
2240. Okay, hold on.
in the name of their serpent god.
2240, 2240.
It was only with the death of their founder in 2263 and the succession of his heir Jarek that House Varun finally sued for peace. There remains, however, select members of House Varun who refuse to recognize the cessation of hostilities their leaders established. Even after House Varun's mysterious disappearance, these zealots remain a threat to all who encounter them.
Oh, okay.
A goal of all space.
Okay. So in 2240, the Serpent's Crusade began, right? And then the founder died. The heir, Jarek, vied for peace. Peace happened. After the peace happened, after the Serpent's Crusade happened, in 2308, Colony War happened. However, hold on. So, hold on. 2240 Serpent's Crusade happened. The founder died. The heir Jarek vied for peace. Peace was achieved. However, there are some elements from House Varun who refuse to stop the hostilities and continue fighting. Right? So, but however, during this time, House Varun still existed. They have not disappeared yet, because Colony War happened in 2308, and after the Colony War ended in the armistice, in the signing of the armistice, they created a central archive, right? Guarded by three parties: Freestar, Varun, and UC. Okay, so after the end of the Serpent's Crusade, House Varun still existed up until the end of the Colony War. And then sometime after the Colony War ended, House Varun disappeared. Not the one who wants to continue the hostility, but the ones who agreed to the peace. They disappeared sometime after the armistice was signed. All right, so that's the that's the timeline, right? Okay.
After the devastation wrought by the Colony War, the UC and the Freestar Collective came together to ratify a treaty that became known as the Armistice. Both sides agreed to a vast reduction in standing forces, and that xeno-weapons and mech warfare would be outlawed. All related research was sealed away, accessible only in cases of dire emergency.
Another day, another shift.
But the Collective had another demand.
Having a good one?
That the active commanders of the UC military stand trial for their actions. The United Colonies, in the interest of peace and galactic security, agreed. In 2311, 3 United Colonies senior officers were found guilty. Commander Henry Durant, General Indira Rastogi, and Fleet Admiral Francois Sanon, known better as Ve Victus. All were sentenced to death for their actions, bringing the Colony War to a close and returning peace to the galaxy at long last.
Okay, after the end of the Colony War, xeno-weapons and mechs are banned, which means I can no longer use this then. I cannot use this. This is the mech, right?
This thing's like an artist's rendition.
Okay, too bad. I would love to pilot a mech. The Vanguard is born. So the Vanguard was born after the Colony War.
It was into this new world that the Vanguard was born. An official branch of the UC Navy, the Vanguard is the United Colonies Volunteer Fleet, serving a myriad of security, logistical, and reconnaissance roles. And after a sufficient length of service, UC citizenship is guaranteed to every Vanguard member.
I see.
Open to all captains, regardless of origin, the Vanguard is leading the charge to protect and support the citizens of the United Colonies, wherever in the galaxy they may be.
Aren't they worried if someone from a hostile faction or a formerly hostile action like Freestar, for example, or House Varun register to be a Vanguard? I mean, are they okay with people from hostile or formerly hostile factions being a part of their vital institution, like the military, or in this case like the Vanguard? Isn't it like having someone with double citizenship serving in the military or serving in your intelligence agency? It's a security liability, right? I mean the obvious security liability. Okay.
Please don't touch the displays. Try not to disturb the other patrons, okay?
Vanguard, Supra et Ultra. Adventure awaits you in the UC Vanguard, Supra et Ultra. So this is their uniform. Navy. UC Navy. Okay, so the volunteer force is part of the Navy. The UC Navy. What is this ship? The United Colonies Citizen.
No one is born a United Colony citizen. Only through service to the UC can one hope to earn one's citizenship. But the UC prides itself on taking care of its people. Cost of living controls mean citizens pay less than their foreign counterparts for needs big and small.
Interesting. Cost of living
Citizens are
controls.
issued a grant upon joining to get themselves on their feet. And only UC citizens have the opportunity to purchase property, getting the chance to live in one of the most beautiful cities in the settled systems. By joining the Vanguard today, you too can begin earning your place here, in the heart of galactic civilization, as a citizen of the United Colonies.
I see. Interesting. Mast, Vanguard Pilot Simulator. Piloting Simulator. Supra et Ultra. What does it mean, Supra et Ultra? Okay, are these the different types of Vanguard ships?
Welcome, applicant, to the piloting simulation chamber. Please enter the...
I've spent a fair bit of time in simulators just like these. They're startlingly realistic. Have fun.
Were you part of the Vanguard? Or no?
If we did our jobs right, you shouldn't even be able to tell you're in a simulator while you're in there. You testing? Talk to Proctor Samuelson.
Proctor Samuelson.
The realism catches a lot of people off guard, but you're perfectly safe in there. Our simulators are cutting edge. At the rate the tech's coming along, we're not even going to need pilots for much longer.
Why? Automatic ship?
If we did our jobs right, you shouldn't even be able to tell you're in a simulator while you're in there.
Oh, that icon, it must be stealing, right? It must mean stealing. Minor survey pack. Oh. Oh. Interesting.
if that was law.
There must be something they don't want us to find.
Yep. What is this? Vanguard.
I overheard one of the techs saying there's a way to hack the simulator. Might be the only way I actually get through this.
Then tell me how. What is this? Terra Brew Coffee.
I've got it. This time, I've got it. I just need a little break. I'm going to get it this time. I'm not going back to Terra Brew. The enemies cheat. There's no other explanation.
I agree.
I'm going to get it this time. I'm not going back to Terra Brew.
Vanguard Space Tactics. Ship missiles permanently deal 5% more damage. Have a nice day, you can do it, Vanguard. I think I messed up. I messed up. No, my mistake. No, my mistake. Wait, auto. Hold on. I have two auto slots, right? Is this it? I don't know. I'm so bad at this. No. Finally. Okay, this one is better looking. This one. So how to hack the test? Two people talked about it, but no one tells me how to do it.
Ah, you must be our new applicant. I'm Proctor Samuelson.
What kind
the
of ship?
simulator's already been prepped.
What
you
kind
can
of
head
ship?
in whenever you're ready.
What kind of ship am I going to find in the simulation?
The simulator is designed to be a near-perfect replica of a Class B Deimos hoplite.
Deimos
the United
hoplite.
Colony's standard destroyer model. It's been tuned to provide a challenging but fair fight against the enemy squadrons you'll encounter inside.
Oh, I remember Walter Stroud saying that UC works exclusively with Deimos star yards for their ships. Piloting isn't my area of expertise. How about you just mark me down as a pass and I head out?
Vanguard assignments can often include both space and ground combat. It'd be bad for both you and the United Colonies to not ensure you're adept in both capacities before sending you out on your first real assignment.
Got any advice how to do well in there?
While I can't answer that question directly, I will say this. Due to the solitary nature of our work, resourcefulness is a critical tool in any Vanguard pilot's repertoire. You're permitted, even encouraged, to use whatever tool you're able to find in there.
Oh, you mean hacking? Can you tell me about this exam?
Of course. You'll be running through a high-realism combat flight simulation, engineered by members of the UC science staff, right here in Mast. Your task is to defeat at least 3 tiers of simulated opponents. Accomplish that and you pass the exam, and can then proceed on to your probationary mission. However, if you defeat more than 3 tiers of enemies, your required enlistment time for citizenship will be reduced, and your enlistment bonus increased. But you're welcome to try as many times as you like before returning to Commander Tuala to proceed on to the next step in your application process. We'll only keep the highest score you manage to achieve in there. Good hunting.
So he was insinuating I can use whatever tool I find inside, meaning go below, below the standard, like hacking perhaps. Enter the simulation.
Back on board.
This is the Mark 18 Flight Simulation Chamber applicant, currently in orbit around a high-detail recreation of a remote world. When you're ready to begin, please take a seat in the pilot's chair.
So how do I hack this thing? Oh, okay, simulation controls perhaps. Welcome applicant. Please proceed to the pilot's seat to initiate the sequence. Debug tools. Debug tools are only available once targets are active. Please enter the pilot's seat to begin the examination. Okay. Once active. Nice to know.
Your exam is simple. Defeat as many tiers of opponents as you can before your ship is disabled. You must defeat at least 3 tiers of opponents to pass the exam. Good hunting, applicant.
Okay, let's see here. Debug tools. Okay. Please select your preferred debug application from the list below. Shield upgrade. Available for 1 tier. Generate ally. Authorized users only. Hack advanced lock, yes. Oh, using digipix? Nice. Okay, let's see here. Authorized users only. These tools are only to be used by examination staff. Infinite upgrades. Upgrades persist between tiers. Infinite upgrades. Yeah. All upgrades will now persist between tiers. Generate debug ally. Debug ship active. Nice. Active and deployed. Shield upgrade deployed. Generate damage upgrade deployed. Generate ally one available. Allied ship active. Okay, so I have two then. I have two allied ship. Deployed, active. Deployed, deployed, deployed. Nice. So I have two allies then.
Upgrade active. New targets active. Damage upgrade active. New ally active.
Ally active.
Yes, let's go. Kill them.
Target defeated. All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 1 reached. Initiating Tier 2.
I didn't have to do anything. None at all.
New targets active. Your progress ends here. All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 2 reached. Initiating Tier 3. New targets active. Target defeated. You will regret that. All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 3 reached.
Congratulations, applicant. You've defeated sufficient opponents to pass the exam. You may now exit the simulator through the hatch to record your current score, or stay and try your hand at the remaining tiers.
Stay.
Resuming the examination.
New targets active. All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 4 reached. Initiating Tier 5.
Stay with me, ally.
New targets active. Defeated. Defeated. Target defeated. All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 5 reached. Initiating final tier. Prepare yourself. New targets active.
Shield offline. No, don't die, please. Ally, help me, ally. Help me, ally. Ally, help me. Where are you going?
Halting simulation. You have passed, applicant.
Oh.
You may proceed to the exit hatch to log your results, or restart the exam from the simulation's control terminal.
What happened? What happened? Oh, I died? Okay, never mind. Did I die? In a simulation, I mean. Oh well.
Shutting down.
Congratulations, applicant. You've passed. You can head up to Commander Tuala to receive your final results and your probationary assignment. Or you're welcome to take another run at the simulation if you'd like to try and earn a better score. We'll only keep your best run. Good showing in there, applicant. Your results should be finalized by the time you get back to Commander Tuala. Congratulations on passing, applicant. The simulator's still prepped if you'd like to try and get a better score. Good showing in there, applicant.
Commander Tuala's office. Tuala. Tuala, Tuala. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Tuala, Tuala.
If you don't have official business, we ask you remain in the lobby.
Well, look who's back. Everything go all right with the exam? Or did you have some questions you needed answered first?
I wrapped up my piloting exam and they told me to come back here.
Ah, so these are your numbers that just came through then. You ready to hear how you did?
I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised.
Well, let's get to it then. So, looking at the data, hit every mural in the orientation hall, huh? A test of preparation and thoroughness. Two traits the Vanguard values highly. Psychological results are all within expected levels. Navy doesn't have room for folks that'll fall apart the first time they're trying to outrun a homing missile. Oh, you found the debug system in the simulator.
Wait,
nicely done.
You guys knew?
Curiosity and resourcefulness are skills our recruits need. Though, this output... Wait, you hacked into the actual debug system? Huh, you really do know your way around machines, don't you? I'll make sure that's noted. Though working around the system instead of in it isn't the way this test is supposed to be done. Now, how'd you do against your foes? Clear tier 5, huh? Damn impressive. I swear they start cheating at that level, but the techs claim it's fair. Either way, you've got the skills the Navy needs.
Hell of a job. I might even let you fly me around sometime.
So
well,
then, looking at your results as a whole, and factoring in that you managed to utilize all the tools at your disposal, once you've successfully completed your probationary mission, you could have your UC citizenship after only 5 years. You showed real potential in there. We want to make sure you're fighting on our side. Even authorized me to offer you a bonus in addition to your signing advance.
Citizenship in 5 years? That's quite impressive. Took me almost 9, thanks to some false starts. You should be proud.
Sounds like you're just the type of pilot the Vanguard's looking for. If you're interested, we could bring you on as a provisional member today. Get you the credits you've earned, then send you out on your probationary mission. First, though, all UC service people, provisional or otherwise, are required to swear an oath. So, you want to make this official? Commit yourself to the cause of the colonies?
It's a big decision. John, you're not about to have my compatriot here sign some kind of contract that sells you their grandmother 5 years down the line, are you?
Officer's honor, Sarah. This is honest work for honest credits. So, you ready to do the deed?
Wait, so Sarah did serve in the UC Vanguard, and it took her 9 years serving in the Vanguard before she got her citizenship in UC. I see. And what did Sarah mean by saying, "I'll let you fly me around sometimes"? I mean, aren't we going off-world? Right? We're going on my ship, and I'll be the one who's flying the ship. Or was he... Or did she mean something else? A different kind of fly around? I don't understand. Can we do this under the table? I like to operate independently.
You're not in the Freestar Collective here. Vanguard keeps its work above board. You want in, you have to do it the same as everyone else. And that starts with the oath.
Above board bullshiz. What about the secret facility that you guys have on Crete within Freestar Collective space? I'm ready.
Fantastic. Then just follow me.
Just follow moi. Wait. Adoring fan?
By Vectera, by Vectera, by Vectera! I can't believe it! Is it you? Is it really, really you? Captain of the frontier, bane of the fleet, constellation's shining star of stars.
Bane of the Fleet? You mean the Crimson Fleet? Oh, okay. There's a question.
Oh, don't be so modest. It was all over SSNN. Lone miner tames the Crimson Fleet, saves a member of Constellation, and steals the hearts of millions, no, trillions. And now you're standing here next to me. Oh, it really is you, right?
News spread fast. How did the news spread? Maybe some of the miners told the relatives of World about what happened, and the relatives talked to other people, and that's how news spread, I guess. I just joined Constellation. I'm hardly a shining star.
Oh, you are definitely the brightest, biggest star in any constellation. There's no maybes about it. I have an eye for these things. Not that you're hard to see with that halo on your head.
Halo?
Although at first, I wasn't sure if it was just the glare. But now that I know it's you, what are the odds? And to think, I almost went for coffee instead. But I changed my routine for one day, and here you are. It's almost like it was meant to be.
Chef. Oh, hold on. You change your routine?
Oh, yes. Normally I start my day by drinking 4 cups of coffee and stuffing my face with chunks. But after being inspired by your story, I thought to myself, what would the great and powerful hero of Vectera do? And so instead, I went for a jog. I ran and I ran and I ran, picturing you in the distance, like a North Star. Imagine my surprise to find you were actually real. By the light of Polaris. It must be fate.
Polaris. Chef, We might have met either way. A coffee shop is basically my second home.
Fantastic! I think that makes us roommates.
Not
By
so
whom
fast.
We pretty much have to be best friends.
Not so fast.
Either way, it's such an honor to meet you. Hey, do you mind if I follow you around? Do you need a sidekick? What am I saying? You're a hero, of course you do. Lead the way.
This guy's funny. If you're going to be my sidekick, won't you need a costume?
Good point. I'll start working on it right away, as soon as I learn how to sew. Until then, maybe I can be a sidekick in training. Do you have an academy where fans can practice groveling at your feet? If not, I can start one.
Assign crew, welcome aboard.
You won't be disappointed.
Hold on. Ikonoho. Okay.
Something on your mind? And is it hero work?
Do you mind if I ask you some personal questions?
Of course. I am sworn to tell you the truth, and nothing but.
Can you tell me anything about yourself?
Oh, I'm not that interesting. I like coffee, I like tea, and I like worshipping the ground you walk on. Well, you technically don't walk. Angels tend to glide.
What about your families, though? If you're coming with me, what about your family? Do you have parents, siblings, spouse, children? How do you know so much about me?
Well, for one, your triumph on Vectera was all over the news.
Oh,
But I
really?
believe that's only the beginning. The first chapter in a 437-book anthology documenting your greatness. It's only a matter of time before they start writing it. I'll be counting the seconds until they do. 1001, 1002.
So it's all over the news. So I guess after I left Vectera, a news crew arrived there on Vectera, and maybe they interview everyone there, the miner, Supervisor Lin, and Barrett, perhaps? Okay. You're not romantically interested in me, are you?
Oh, don't worry. My love for you is completely platonic. Unbreakable? Yes. Unyielding? Absolutely. Romantic? Oh, God, no. I would never sully something so pure with something so ordinary.
We need to talk about your fandom.
Oh no. That sounds ominous.
Commerce? I think it's time to start charging credits for the privilege of being near me. Oh! Do I really want to do that? Commerce, do I want to charge him credits? I don't know. You should have other interests besides me. It's healthier.
Or I could stand beside you and make you my chief interest. That sounds much better.
No, I want you to stop being a fan, period. Why would I want... Wait, what's the difference between remove crew status permanently
I
and
love our chats.
and
You're
persuade?
such a good listener. So quiet, so patient.
What's the difference between this and this? No, I want you to stop being a fan, period. So if I do this and I succeed, the result is the same as remove, right? Or are they different? Yeah, that's what I meant. Carry on.
Oh, good. For a second I thought you were about to say something mean, which would completely knock over the giant pedestal I've placed you on. It must be great to be able to see yourself whenever you want. I bet your whole house is full of mirrors. Absolutely. Ask away.
Ask away.
Wonderful. Did you need anything else? Yes, my liege. Whatever you want to know.
Yes, my liege.
That was a good talk. It'll be hard to top it, but you always manage.
Strange guy. Why do we have to do this out here? Why not just inside the building? Oh, I remember I saw a group of people being sworn out here. So it's a tradition to do it out here, perhaps?
Wouldn't be right doing this where we couldn't see the stars.
Oh, you have to see the
Now,
stars.
Raise your right hand. The motto of the Vanguard is Supra et Ultra, above and beyond.
Supra et
That is where we
Ultra.
serve, beyond the furthest reaches of the United Colonies military, and with honor and duty above reproach. Do you swear to protect and defend the citizens of the United Colonies to the best of your abilities, and to uphold the values of the Vanguard, honor, loyalty, self-reliance, in all your actions as a member of the United Colonies Navy?
All my actions? That seems a bit much.
Just say I do, funny guy.
I'm not normally big into commitment, but for you, fine.
I guess I'll take it. Then let me be the first to officially welcome you to the United Colonies Vanguard.
Yay.
Now, only thing left is getting you that probationary mission. And what I've got is comms repair. Group trying to refurb an old colony war processing plant on Tau Ceti 2. Sounds like they'd barely gotten set up when their communications died. Place is as isolated as they come. So Brass wants a Vanguard to deliver the repair suite and ensure anyone present is safe and secure. So, can the people of Tau Ceti 2 count on you?
You think I should expect trouble?
No major settlements on Tau Ceti. No real active industry either. Doesn't make for a big target. It's got the potential to be a pretty quiet trip. But there's a reason they wrote "Here be dragons" on the map edge. So if it were me, I'd hope for the best and arm for the worst. And if for some reason you do run into trouble, don't forget, it's your job to protect those who need it. So, you ready to head out?
Hey, I'm getting paid, right? Sure.
Oh, that's the spirit. Head down to the spaceport and talk to Crew Chief Harath. He'll get you the repair suite plus your new recruit kit.
Crew Chief.
And your advance.
Crew Chief
You're
Harath.
all out there. Supra et Ultra.
Supra et Ultra. So I just noticed. The UC Navy doesn't have a code for hairstyles. They allow people with long hair. Maybe it's because we are in the Vanguard, not in the actual main military body.
Head down to the spaceport and speak to Crew Chief Harath. He'll get you where you need to go.
What can you tell me about Tau Ceti 2?
Not sure there's actually a lot to tell. It's only had people on it for 20-odd years. UC set up a food processing facility there during the Colony War. But when the war was over, it was too remote to justify the fuel costs. The report mentioned some settlers bought the facility from the Ag office for next to nothing a couple of years back. See, if they couldn't make the place efficient enough to be profitable, I wouldn't be shocked to find out one of their upgrades knocked out their comms. But the place is a hike, so it well could be pirates or spacers have finally realized there are actually people out there now, which is why they're sending us.
Okay, so settlers bought it from UC. I see. Okay. Old neighborhood. Ask about Mora in Sidonia. We need to find Vanguard Mora, who might be in possession of an artifact. He was last seen patrolling the Sol system. Let's go. Where do we go? Oh, down? Oh, it's raining. It's me, Raining Man.
I'm feeling all right. Right now, I've got a few fires I have to put out at work, but hey, if life were simple, it'd be boring, right? All my life,
Oh, Terra Brew coffee. Oh, I need to buy something for Donna Rain.
Seems like a small decision, but they all add up over time, and it's paralyzed.
Telling them I am a manager. I should be
Buddy,
managing.
it's coffee. Pick one, get out of the way,
sure.
and let us get on with our
Plan
lives.
is to make a premium cappuccino, double
sorry.
dairy, and no whip.
I don't appreciate your tone. And
Thanks
no,
for choosing
I will
Terra
not
Brew.
make
What can I
whatever
get
it is
you?
you just said. Because this place is a disorganized mess. What you asked me to do is literally impossible.
Oh, I understand impossible. Fine. You want to organize? There's a mop in the back. See if you can't organize a little floor cleaning operation.
Outrageous.
If you'd like a cup of coffee, please speak to one of our
Okay.
cashiers.
This is Helena Chambers,
Not now. Can't you see how busy I am?
one of the survivors from the station attacked by Varun zealots. So she said she was a station administrator. So why was she given a job as a what do they call it, barista? Why not give her a position of, I don't know, administrator? Maybe they have no empty position for an administrator, so they gave her this job. Maybe.
What? No, just go away.
Helena Chambers.
Could you please bother someone else? Do I look like a barista to you?
But you work here, ma'am.
Could you please bother someone else?
Okay. Grinding, tamping, brewing, pickup. Yeah, I saw videos of what they call tamping. What is the purpose of doing that to your grounded coffee beans? The tamping, I mean. I don't know. Bakery, donuts, desserts. Today's coffee, espresso, classic, macchiato, cortado, latte, cappuccino. Yeah, I think Donna Rain wants cappuccino, right?
Hi there. Welcome to Terra Brew. How can I help you?
Hello.
Hello, and welcome to Terra Brew. How may I serve you?
What's your favorite thing on the menu?
Corporate policy requires me to state that everything Terra Brew offers is my favorite.
Okay. I like to place an order.
Certainly. Please take your time.
I like to order you out, miss. If you know what I mean. Cappuccino, yeah? Okay, got one. Terra Brew cappuccino. Wait, what are you doing? Sarah, why are you...
Sidonia is an industrial town. The people there tend to be concise.
Why are you sweeping the floor? You don't work here.
Wonder where this will all lead. Talk to you later.
Cappuccino, yes.
Always wondered what the inside of the lodge looks like.
Oh, you want to know?
Can't talk right now, sorry. Oida!
Oida!
Hope you're not agoraphobic.
Ching chao ma.
Halla!
Halla!
Hope New Atlantis has been treating you well. Oh... Gotta run soon. I'm late to a meeting. Hey. Hope you're not agoraphobic.
Agoraphobic is the fear of plants, right?
Okay. Hello. Excuse me.
Is it a helmet or a fashion wear?
Yes? Hello?
Yes? Hello? Yes? Hello? Wait, where's the other person who said here?
At this rate, I won't even have a collection. Well,
Oh.
can't give up now. Perhaps my luck will turn.
Guillaume de Garmo.
Here one moment, gone the next. I tell you, you must cherish everything and everyone while they're here. You never know when you may lose them.
It takes time to grieve. Your loss will get easier with time. I don't know. People are different, I guess. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You see, I lost something invaluable. Lost it in a bet, if you must know. It was one of my most prized items in my collection. It was a gem. Priceless, no doubt. And its beauty was blinding.
A gem.
Life seems a little less bright without it. That scoundrel George St. George has it in his possession now. And knowing that fills me with such envy and anger.
All of this over a gem you lost in a bet? You made it seem like someone died. Well, maybe the gem is expensive.
Well, yes. A part of me died when I lost it.
Well, sounds like you lost it fair and square. Try to move on. Well, you don't get people to move on by telling them to move on. Maybe give him a distraction, but what? If you miss it that badly, there has to be a way to get it back.
I agree. I think I know just the thing. St. George, like myself, is a collector of trinkets and relics from Earth. I have in my possession a plate that I'm sure he won't be able to live without. Please, would you be my hero and go exchange the plate for the jewel?
A plate?
I'm sure it will work.
Why would this Saint George agree to exchanging a gem with a plate? Why can't you do it yourself?
Oh, God, no. I could never face him myself. I'd be sick just at the sight of him. St. George would never give the gem back if I went myself. He would gain a smug satisfaction from declining the offer.
What were you two betting on? Okay, I'll make the exchange for you.
Fantastic! Here's the plate. Come back to me when you have the gem, and please don't drop it.
I'll drop it.
Where are my manners? My name is Guillaume, by the way. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Are you a gambler by trade?
Not by profession. I work out of the Valberg building. Gambling is a vice I've indulged since I was a young man. And I've amassed a great collection of trinkets and valuables from it.
Valberg building.
Alas, recently my luck has soured and my collection is dwindling by the day. But I can't stop, right? I can't just quit. Because what if my luck returns?
Yeah. Okay. The most important part of gambling is knowing when to quit when you're ahead. Yeah, I agree. Let's say I'm so very good at gambling, right? I'll gamble only once a month, but I'll use my ability to win maybe $10,000 or $20,000. Then I stop. I can spend those $20,000 for a month, especially that I live a frugal living. The next month I do it again, win another $2,000. It's like having a high-paying job, but you are not actually working. You just use your skills to gamble and win $20,000 or $10,000 a month. As long as I don't, spend it like an idiot, I can live with $10,000 or even better, $20,000 a month. That would be so swell.
A lesson I still have yet to learn, unfortunately. Thank you. I will try to take your advice to heart.
Are you from the area?
Yes, I've been blessed to call New Atlantis home. When I was a younger man, I would travel the settled systems with no home to call my own. I was a nomad, if you will. But out of all the places I've been, no place quite spoke to me like New Atlantis.
New Atlantis, I see.
Not by profession. Alas, but I can't.
Absolutely. I'm sure your luck will turn around eventually.
I'm glad you understand. Lady Luck can be a cruel mistress, but I'm sure she will smile upon me soon.
No, she won't. What type of things do you collect?
I collect all sorts. Gems, novelties, old Earth trinkets. Anything and everything that has some sort of value, monetary or otherwise. One of my favorite possessions is a fork that was used on Earth. How amazing is that?
A fork?
You'd be amazed what people will wager in a bet. I've won and lost some truly breathtaking things. My collection, as it stands, is quite valuable and substantial. It used to be more so, but my bad string of luck lately has affected it.
He appreciates the fork really much. So what do people use to eat in this current time? Not fork anymore, I guess? What if George rejects the exchange? Are you sure the plate is enough?
I can assure you with near certainty he won't decline. As much as I hate to say it, St. George and I are cut from the same cloth. We both adore relics from Earth, no matter how large or monetarily valuable they are. They are a piece of human history, and that means a lot to us both. It pains me to part with the plate, but I happen to have a few others in my collection. If it means sacrificing one to get the gem back, I will.
This gem must mean a lot to you.
It does. It was the first item I ever collected. The start of it all. I received that gem when I was a young man. To know that I foolishly wagered it, threw it away. Well, I won't make that mistake again.
I don't understand. The gem is the first thing he collected, and it holds sentimental value to him. What made him decide to wager using the gem in the first place, if the gem is that important to him? It's kinda not making sense.
Is something wrong? Ta-ta!
Ta-ta?
Nothing wrong with a simple bet. Well, as long as you win.
Tata, you mean breasts, hmm?
Take care.
Word of advice? Steer clear of the well.
I heard that before.
Dealing in art is more exciting than one would think.
Samson Sebrail.
Selling art is a bit of an art itself, you know.
Can you tell me about yourself?
Other than being an art dealer, there's not much to say. I grew up in Neon, and I knew I had to get out of that place somehow. I did a few odd jobs, some deliveries, and it eventually led me onto this path I'm on now. I never thought I'd do what I do, but I suppose life can be surprising.
Do you work around here?
In a sense. My trade doesn't necessarily need me to be tied down in one location. Because of that, I travel all over the settled systems. I'm here now for an opportunity, but before this, I was in Aquila. Before that, Neon. In my line of work, I can't afford to stay in one place for very long.
Aquila. So you're an art dealer?
Indeed, I am. I've been an art dealer for most of my life, plying my trade all across the settled systems. It's actually why I'm here in New Atlantis today. I'll be delivering a piece of art to a very particular client later. However, I don't yet have the art in my possession. Actually, would you like to pick up the artwork and bring it back to me? I'll reward you for your effort, of course.
What exactly does my help entail?
You simply need to go pick up some artwork. The exchange has already been arranged, and you won't have to show any credits. It's just a matter of picking something up and bringing it back to me. There's really no need to worry. It's all very simple.
Why not do it yourself?
I'm not very familiar with the streets of New Atlantis. I'm not from here, you see. I'd rather just avoid any trouble and have someone more capable do the exchange for me.
I'll do it.
Excellent. You'll be picking up the art from Zoe Kaminsky at the Trade Authority. Tell her you're there for Samson Jabrail's art. She'll understand. Return the artwork to me, and you will be compensated.
Zoe Kaminsky. So that's how you pronounce his last name. He said Samson Jabrail, not Sebrail. I didn't know the Trade Authority handles artwork.
Well, of course they do. Why wouldn't they? I've heard tell that you can get some very impressive items at the Trade Authority. But for now, let's settle for the artwork that I've procured.
Interesting.
Where's the paperwork?
See you.
Did it not get filed?
Oh, no.
If you're
He
in the
lost his
market
ship
for
about a month
artwork,
back.
I'm
Crimson
sure I can
Fleet
find
Raid, I
something
heard.
to suit your needs.
Didn't we talk
Back
about
to
this?
it then.
We most certainly did not.
What are they selling? Oh, clothing?
Can I help you with something, my friend?
Oh, George St. George?
More expensive.
So much to see.
I'm sorry,
So
I
much
don't
to learn.
control these things.
Life is
I make
beautiful
the
in
best
that way.
deals I can.
Yes?
This is the person that Guillaume wants me to meet. What brings you to New Atlantis?
Ah, the usual things, I suppose. Fame, fortune, power.
Fame, fortune, power.
King, of course. I've actually been fortunate to call New Atlantis home for many years.
Why don't you
For a
see my
collector
face?
like myself, I do believe there's no better place in all the settled systems.
I want you to look at
I've
my
been charmed to
face.
make the acquaintance of many fellow old Earth enthusiasts here in New Atlantis. And that is why I continue to stay.
I like to see how handsome you are. Maybe not. Okay, look at me. Oh, I don't think he's handsome. My mistake.
Your poise, your stature,
Your stature,
confidence.
your confidence.
You strike me as a fellow collector.
You strike me as a fellow collector. What do you do?
Me? Why, to be frank, I don't do much. Not anymore, at least. And that suits me just fine. Yes.
Yes.
I now live to collect artifacts from Earth. You see, every artifact tells a story. Even spoons and forks, which most take for granted. People laugh at me when they see I collect old Earth spoons. But think about it, friend. Spoons change the course of history. Can you imagine life without them?
I cannot imagine why in this day and age you guys with your space travel capability still doesn't have a bidet with modern functionalities like the ones I saw on the internet. Seat warmer, all kinds of digital buttons for different functions, and a hose or a sprinkler to wash your ass. All the toilets I've seen so far in this place, they're still using toilet paper. What the heck is going on? Guillaume wants his gem back. He'd like to exchange this plate for it.
A plate? Oh my. As in a plate from Earth? Absolutely. Without question. Here, take the gem. That Guillaume. If he wanted his gem back so badly, he could have simply asked. The gem is worthless. Less than a paperweight. But actually, Earth paperweights are quite valuable.
He wasn't looking at me when we talked earlier. As soon as I mentioned the plate, he looked at me. It seems like there's a lot of animosity between you and Guillaume.
Bah, I'm sure Guillaume makes it seem that way. In reality, it couldn't be further from the truth. Guillaume and I have known each other for years, since we were both young men. He is the closest thing I have to a brother.
Oh, really?
And much like brothers, we quarrel. But that doesn't mean we don't like each other. I will say, however, Guillaume can be a tad overdramatic, as well as a sore loser. Don't tell him I said that.
Sir loser.
Hello there, dear friend.
Hello there, dear friend.
Howdy. My colleague has an amazing relic in his possession. A spoon recovered from Earth. Ah, I'm so envious.
Here's your gem, safe and sound.
Ah, wonderful. I knew George would make the exchange. He could never resist foodware from Earth. You've done me a great service today, friend. I'll be sure to never take this gem for granted ever again. Thank you for bringing it back to me.
Stop the gambling then.
Until next time. Treasure everything when you have it. You never know when you may lose it. Take care.
Take care. Take care. Take care. Okay, so this place sells clothing. Butcher's beef, veal, butcher's best steak.
I'm not
Oh.
seeing any records from that hauler out of Sidonia. What was his name again?
Chocolate
When's the
Labs,
last time
breakfast cereal.
Oh, that guy. His name was, it's on the tip of my tongue. Jeez, it's something simple, too.
Names aside, where's the paperwork? Did it not get filed?
Oh, no. He lost his ship about a month back. Crimson Fleet raid, I heard. Didn't we talk about this?
It takes a
Most
strong mind
certainly
and a
did
good
not.
eye to sell art.
Remember something like that? Well, that's very unfortunate. We'll have to secure some other supplier.
And let me guess, it's gonna be more expensive.
I'm sorry, I don't control these things. I make the best deals I can.
I'm
It's
only
amazing
Baba.
what passes as art nowadays.
I am not a stock boy.
Hi there. Thanks for stopping in. Feel free to look
I'm
around.
only Baba.
I can take care of transactions, and if you've got questions, just ask.
Nice place you've got here.
Thanks. It's hard work, but it all pays off in the end. And I can't take all the credit. Gerhardt, my business partner, he does so much of the work behind the scenes. If it weren't for him, I don't know where we'd be now.
Partner, I'd like to see what you have for sale.
Oh, please, take a look.
Okay. Oh, weapons? No, I don't need weapons. What I need... Oh, hold on. What I need... Ace sidearm. What I need is... Hold on, let's buy the cutter. Not spacesuit, but... clothing. Yeah, clothing. Which one is nice to wear? Cream and blue dress, fish worker splash wear, frontier attire, grey leather jumpsuit. Grey leather jumpsuit, frontier attire, ground crew jacket wear, ground crew, inclement weather outfit. Nightwear, ooh, nightwear. Padded hat, settler casual hat. Casual hat. This is a casual hat? What? This looks like a turban. Settler comfort wear. Okay, settler comfort wear. Space rogue outfit. Space rogue. Space tracker cap. Strat Eklund. Urban efficiency attire. Urban efficiency. This one looks nice. Let's go by value. What do you mean? Oh, what? This is the most expensive one? Oh, really? Cream and blue dress? This is the most expensive one. What the hell? Will people address me? Will people address me differently if I'm wearing expensive clothing? Hmm? Hmm? Will people address me differently if I'm wearing expensive clothing? I wonder. Urban attire. So I'm thinking either this one or this one. Which one should I take? Let's buy both. Cream and blue and urban efficiency attire.
Hey, we were running low on foodstuffs, so I went ahead and placed another order.
Urban efficiency attire. Minor utility outfit. Cream and blue dress. Nice.
Really? Huh. We'll have to see if that's a long-term trend. Maybe account for it better in the standard shipments.
I can just file the invoices when they come in if you want.
Thank you, but that won't be necessary. We have a system for a reason.
Sure. Just figured I'd offer.
Hold on, this one or this one? This one seems not, I don't know. Maybe back to this one. Cream and blue dress. Why not?
Curtis!
No, Amoli, I am Gerhard. We've been partners for 10 years. Do you need a visit to Reliant Medical?
Hilarious. Truly, you missed your calling as a comic. I remembered his name. It's Curtis.
Oh.
I have no idea what we are talking about right now.
The hauler from Sidonia, the one that got his ship blown up.
Okay, Butcher's Best. I'm assuming this product is a level higher or levels higher above Chunks. Breakfast cereal, chocolate labs, Centauri meals, full food. Butcher's Best, steak, veal. What is this? Sinta turkey, Butcher's Best, smoked fillet, full food.
Oh, that guy.
Dealing in art
His
is
name was,
more exciting
it's on the
than
tip of
one
my
think.
tongue. Jeez, it's something simple too.
Names aside, where's the paperwork? Did it not get filed?
Hmm? Oh, no. He lost his ship about a month back. Crimson Fleet raid, I heard. Didn't we talk about this?
Most certainly did not. Remember something like that? Well, that's very unfortunate. We'll have to secure some other supplier.
And let me guess.
Gerhard
More
Pohl.
expensive.
I'm sorry, I don't control. I am busy right now. If you need something, why don't you talk to Amoli? She'll take care of you. If you want to buy something, I'm sure Amoli can assist you. I have work to do. I'm afraid there are far too many other things that require my attention right now. The kiosks will cover any basic questions you may have, I'm sure. If it's something more pressing, perhaps Amoli can be of
we
assistance.
were running low on foodstuffs, so I went
a
ahead
rather
and
large
placed another
shipment
order.
any moment now, so I don't have time for small talk. I am not a stock boy. I am the owner. If you want to buy something, I'm sure Amoli can assist you. I have...
Meal pack ramen. What can we find here? Chocolate bites, eggs. Nothing? Okay.
am not trying to test you, but I really do.
View. Oh, the viewport.
Hey.
Energy weapons specialist.
Do you have room for one more on your crew?
What's your area of expertise?
Put me behind the trigger of your ship's energy weapon, and your targets are going to have a very bad day. Put me behind the trigger of your ship's energy weapon? Oh well, can't blame me for trying.
What is this? Like one of those yakiniku place?
Yes? What?
You know, I was just mentioning you to someone.
Oh, not this again, Nissa. I'm fine. I really am.
I'm just saying. None of those rocks you spend time digging up are going to keep you warm at night. I'm just looking out for you.
I'm warm enough, but thank you.
Oh, I know what's going on. I know what's going on. Okay. So.
Hope life is treating you well. Let me know if I can get you anything.
So Nissa and Sarah know each other. And Nissa has been mentioning Sarah to a guy. Nissa wants to be a matchmaker between this guy and Sarah. I see. But Sarah said she's fine. However, Nissa disagrees. She thinks Sarah needs someone to keep her warm at night. Interesting. Marika Boros? Oh, I can't speak? Okay.
Hey there! You look like the planet-hopping type. Got any room on your ship for someone like me?
Okay, this one has a name. The other girl, the other woman, doesn't have a name. Just generic something specialist. That depends. Got any useful skills?
Plenty. I'm comfortable on a ship, especially in the gunner seat. I'm also a trained expert with shotguns. I have the certification to prove it.
If you're willing to work, you're welcome aboard.
Aye aye, Captain. I won't overcharge you. I'm grateful for the offer. I've been out of a job since I left the Freestar Rangers.
Freestar Rangers. Ricardo Bosch mentioned Freestar Rangers. They help him free of charge and even help repair his ship. Pay 18,000 credits. I like your attitude. You're hired.
Thanks! I think we'll make a great team, huh?
Okay. Marika Boros. Econohol. Oh, hold on. I can choose ship, current outposts. Oh, okay. Never mind. Ship. Marika Boros. So we're full then. If I assign her there, we are full then. Okay.
Thanks for giving me a chance, Captain. I won't let you down. It's always a good day when we get to chat.
Do you mind if I ask you some personal questions?
Of course, Captain.
Who's that? The one with the purple. Hold on.
Let me know the next time you need my help.
Who's this?
Yes?
Oh, just a normal citizen.
Oui.
Oui? You're a French.
Hope New Atlantis has been treating you well. Quite enough.
Quite enough. What does it mean?
Wouldn't want to live anywhere else.
Did that mean, oh, you're so hot?
Always wondered what the inside of the lodge looks like.
I can show you.
Hello. Nothing good comes from the well. How are you?
Wait. Where is she? Where's Marika?
Hello there.
Excuse me.
Howdy.
EM weapon specialist. The viewport the supernova. Try our new cosmic concoction. Gideon Acre.
Hey, if you're looking for a weapon specialist, I could really use the work to pay off some debts.
Debts? What kind of debts are we talking about?
The kind that need to be paid off quickly, or else I'm in big trouble. And if you don't mind, I'd kind of like to keep the details of that to myself. Unless you're agreeing to hire me, of course.
Okay, weapons expert, huh? I can shoot at targets just fine, thanks.
Anyone can shoot at targets, but I take them out. You're not gonna find a better shot anywhere else. So, are we making a deal or what?
I'm interested.
I'm not asking for that much. Just my fair share.
Pay 16,500 credits. You're hired.
Really? I mean, thanks. Sorry, I'm just used to hearing no.
No assignments are currently available for Gideon Acre. Yeah, I mean the ship's full, right? Yeah. I'll just leave him unassigned, I guess. I hope he doesn't leave if I put him as unassigned. I hope he doesn't leave, yeah.
Thanks for giving me a chance. I'm on my way. Ready to shoot some targets if you want to reassign me, boss.
Do you mind if I ask you some personal questions?
If you insist.
Mind if I ask how you ended up in debt?
I had a smuggling run for the Trade Authority end badly.
Trade Authority?
My cargo, my ship, and now I owe them big time. I'm completely broke. But the Trade Authority won't stop hounding me until they've collected on the debt. That's why I was begging for work at the viewport. To make matters worse, I have a family back home that's depending on me. If I don't work, they don't eat.
Wait, Trade Authority deals in smuggling? By the name, you know, Trade Authority, I assume they're government branch? UC government branch? Why are they dealing in smugglings? I don't understand. What can you tell me about the Trade Authority?
According to their official profile, the Trade Authority promote free trade and provide economic stability across the galaxy. Truth is, they run the largest contraband network in the settled systems. Mech parts, biotech, drugs, nothing's off limits.
Drugs?
And they do business with anybody. Even the Crimson Fleet.
Even with pirates? Wait, what? Why doesn't the UC government do anything to stop them?
Boss, when I said the Trade Authority did business with everybody, I meant everybody. UC government included. But you didn't hear that from me.
So the UC government needs Trade Authority. That's why they look the other way? Interesting. So, not the kind of people you want to end up in debt to?
Now you're catching on. They've been all over me since I got into debt with them.
How much is your debt?
And I get the feeling they aren't afraid of firing a couple bullets to get what they want.
Oh no. What kind of cargo did you smuggle for them?
Whatever they stuck in my hull. I didn't ask a lot of questions. I figured the less I knew about what I was involved in, the better.
I'll keep that in mind. A Trade Authority contact might come in handy someday.
Maybe. I wouldn't do business with them again if I had a say. But to each their own.
How did you lose all that cargo for the Trade Authority?
My ship got hit by a group of spacers while I was hauling a shipload of goods from Neon to New Atlantis.
Spacers.
They shot out my engines, boarded my ship, and held me at gunpoint while they took their pick of my cargo hold. I'm lucky my engines were the only thing they were interested in pumping full of bullets. You never know with spacers.
Yeah, someone said, was it Ricardo Bosch? See, he implied it was preferable to deal with the pirates because they can be reasoned with. Spacers, they shoot first, ask questions never. Doesn't the Threat Authority do anything to protect its pilots from things like that?
If they do, I never heard about it. I guess they don't like making enemies.
How did you get back to New Atlantis with busted engines?
Some Vanguards who were on duty heard my distress signal.
Vanguard.
Picked me up and gave me a tow. Honestly, it might be for the best that those spacers emptied my cargo hold. I would have been in hot water if the Vanguard caught me with contraband.
Oh yeah,
Most of them take their
contraband.
jobs real seriously.
Okay, so most of the Vanguards take their job seriously. What about the actual main military? Do they take their job seriously? I mean the actual main body of the Navy. Do you know why those spacers targeted you?
Like I just said, Skipper, you never know with spacers.
Skipper.
For all I know, they might have followed me all the way from Neon.
From Neon? I thought you were a weapons expert. Couldn't you fight them off?
I'm a broke weapons expert, boss.
Oh, broke.
My ship wasn't exactly top of the line. All the weapons experience in the world doesn't mean squat if your enemy's got bigger guns.
I see.
And those spacers had really big guns.
Don't worry, I have a big ship and big guns. I'm sure the Threat Authority was thrilled to hear about that.
Yeah, not exactly. They really raked me over the coals. Whatever I was carrying must have been real valuable. Once they verified that all the cargo was gone, they made me sell my ship to put a dent in the credits I owed them.
What?
Didn't matter to them that I couldn't work without a ship. They don't go in for sob stories.
This Threat Authority, they're ruthless, yeah? It's a good thing I go in for sob stories, or you might be in real trouble.
And here I thought it was my natural charm that won you over. I ended up on the wrong side of a group of spacers. They picked me totally clean. All that mattered to them was making up the credit.
Would you tell me more about your family?
Not much to tell, really. I have a wife, her name's Kalinda, and
Kalinda.
3 kids back home on New Atlantis.
3 kids?
They're all crammed into a 1 room in the well. We couldn't afford better.
In the well?
Kalinda's construction job barely kept the lights on. That's why I started doing runs for the Trade Authority. Seemed like it could be my big break. That didn't go as planned.
So Gideon is a New Atlantis native, and he lives in the well, the place that some citizens told me to stay away from. Kalinda, a wife and 3 kids. What's the well?
It's the lower class district of New Atlantis. It's pretty rough down there. Not the kind of place you want to raise a family.
I see.
Kalinda and I want to move somewhere else more than anything.
Okay. Would you do things differently if you had the chance?
Yeah. In hindsight, I don't think getting into business with the Trade Authority was my brightest idea. If I could do things over, I'd go legit. Become a long hauler for a company at New Atlantis or something.
A long hauler for a company in New Atlantis, okay. How old are your kids?
Bella's 9, Lindsay's 7.
Oh no.
And little Hallie's only 3.
They're still small.
All of them look just like their mom. They're such sweet kids. I want better for them than growing up in the well. Once we're out of debt, the first thing Kalinda and I are gonna do is save up for a nicer place.
Bella, Linda, and Haley. He said they all look like their mom. Are you sure you are the father? Not another guy? Or some other guys? If none of them look like you? At all? Seems your family is worse off than they were when you started smuggling.
Yeah. Kalinda said the same thing. Neither of us counted on things ending the way they did. That's why I gotta get this debt paid off quick. The sooner the Trade Authority's off my back, the better.
How much is your debt? Maybe, the benefactors can give us the money to pay your debt. I don't have any more questions right now.
Alrighty. I could use some more time in the gunner seat. Sure. What's going on? Bye, Chief.
Been a long time since I've been to Mars. Sol system doesn't get a lot of traffic. Maybe another time.
Traffic. Simeon Bankowski.
You picked a good day to drop by. Bartender's making them strong today. You in town for business?
That's right. Official Constellation business.
You're with Constellation? Damn, that's cool. I've always admired you guys. Exploring the stars full-time seems like a dream come true. It seems like we have that in common. Personally, I'm here looking for work. I just quit my job as a weapon tester for MAST.
Really? I'm guessing you're planning on becoming a bartender?
No, I'm not. I'm actually hoping for a crew gig. Lots of pilots stop by the viewport on their way into town.
Crew gig.
I figure if I hung around long enough, I'd run into someone who was hiring.
MAST employs weapon testers.
Oh, yeah. Plenty of us. There's a whole branch of MAST scientific wing called DRIP. That's dedicated to developing new weapons for the UC military.
DRIP? What kind of skills are you peddling?
I'm billing myself as a weapons expert, sniper tech specifically. Most travelers like having someone on their crew who's good with firearms. The settled systems are no picnic.
Today's your lucky day. I'm looking for people to join my crew.
Well, I'll be damned. What a coincidence. Working on a ship sounds perfect. I was hoping my next job would get me out of the city. What's your offer?
Pay 13,500 credits. How does this sound?
Sounds like a fair salary for your new weapons expert. I'll take it.
Okay, but my ship's full though, so I'll keep you warming the bench for now.
I'll head straight to my post and get to work.
I've got to be honest with you. I hate sitting this one out, Chief.
Don't worry, you still have your salary, right?
With all due respect, I'm not doing you any good here.
Do you mind if I ask you some personal questions?
Go ahead. I'm all ears.
Will you tell me more about your job at MAST?
I worked at DRIP in the UC Science Division. They're the department responsible for dreaming up new weapons tech for the military. Officially, I was a prototype tester, but my title should have been guinea pig. I was in charge of making sure everything the engineers came up with was safe. When a new weapon was developed, they'd have me take it to an uninhabited planet to put it through its paces. That way, if it blew up, I was the only guy that got hurt.
Okay. What kind of name is DRIP anyway?
The kind of marketing exec felt real clever for coming up with. I mean, the whole department knows it's ridiculous. We have all kinds of jokes about it. You're dripping on your desk, or call a plumber, there's a drip on this floor. Hilarious stuff. Even management got in on it.
Okay. Did you ever have any close calls with something you were testing?
Plenty. Fieldwork's always dangerous, but when you're dealing with experimental tech, close calls are basically a given.
A given.
But that's half the fun of the job, if you ask me.
Really? Personally, I wouldn't want to make my way as cannon fodder for the UC government.
Cannon fodder's a bit of an exaggeration. I signed up for the position. No one forced it on me. I thought of serving the UC as a privilege.
Wait, what? So you think serving for the UC is a privilege, not the other way around? It is a privilege for them to have you serving them? Okay. Must have been sorry to... Okay. UC Vanguard Captain, I understand the impulse to serve.
You Vanguard guys have always impressed me, you know? My dad was a member when he was young. He talked about it all the time. He made civil service sound good enough that my siblings and I all ended up working for the UC, too. Must have been his plan from the beginning.
Oh, you have siblings. What made you decide to leave DRIP?
Just, wasn't the place for me anymore. A guy can only shoot off so many experimental weapons into space before he starts wanting more out of life. And I don't want to get into it, but there was a problem with my last assignment. The situation got out of hand and blew up in my face. Leaving wasn't my first choice, but it was my only option. And that's all I'm going to say about it.
Tell me more about it. Tell me more about it.
I was a prototype tester for DRIP in the UC Science Division. It was my job to put the experimental weapons the engineers came up with through their paces. They liked to make sure their designs were safe before they put them out there for mass production.
What type of work does your family do for the UC?
My parents are military vets, both retired now. My dad was top brass during the Colony War, and my mom was a sniper for the UC Navy. As for my siblings, all three of us ended up at MAST. My older sister Georgia works for the Office of Interstellar Affairs in the Administrative Division.
Georgia?
Our brother Taylor's the family academic. He's a xenobiologist in the Scientific Division. His job makes my old gig at DRIP look like a cakewalk.
Wait, he said his dad served during the Colony War, but the Vanguard was founded after the Colony War ended. So what happened was, I think, his dad served in the military during Colony War, and then retired, and then joined Vanguard after Vanguard got established, I think. What's Georgia's role at the Office of the Interstellar Affairs?
She's an operations director. It's a nice way of saying career bureaucrat. She's responsible for making sure ambassadors visiting New Atlantis get the royal treatment. It's not my cup of tea, but I'm glad she does it. It'll pay to have a diplomat in the family if things go south with the Freestar Collective again.
Okay, Freestar Collective. What makes Taylor's job so difficult? Oh, this is the one who is a... What did he say? Xenobiologist, right?
His bosses have him in the field cataloging every species of flying predator that lives in UC space. I guess MAST wants to make some kind of wildlife guide for travelers? I don't know how his team divided up the work, but it sounds to me like Taylor drew the short straw.
Not wildlife guide. I think they're trying to experiment again, like how they did with the arthropods back on Crete. How long have your parents been retired?
They've both been retired from active duty for years. My dad served as a general until the armistice was signed, but he switched to teaching recruits after the war. Mom's a bit of a different story. She'd probably still be a part of the military if she hadn't been medically discharged for an injury sustained in the field. She had a close call with a laser weapon that left her blind in one eye. It was an instant death stroke for her sniping career.
Okay, so the father served as a general for 3 years in the during the Colony War, then retired, then transitioned into teaching new recruits, and then maybe after that he joined the Vanguard. Okay. It sounds like New Atlantis would fall apart without your family.
It might. My dad always says you can't go a week at MAST without hearing the Bankowski name.
Oh.
Here's hoping the place hasn't burst into flames without its most charming weapons tester to keep an eye on things.
So, Bankowski's, the name Bankowski is well known within MAST. Interesting.
My parents are military vets, both retired now. My dad was top brass during the Colony War, and my mom was a sniper for the UC Navy. As for my siblings, all three of us ended up at MAST. Our brother Taylor's the family academic. He's a xenobiologist in the Scientific...
All that UC propaganda seems to have worked on your family.
Hey, your insults need some work, boss. You've got nothing on the guys I went through basic training with before I switched departments to work for DRIP. I mean, they made an art form out of giving me hell once they found out I was a general's son. My skin's as thick as an ashta's.
Okay.
My parents are military. As for my sibling, our brother Taylor's the fan. Hey, your insults need some work, boss. You've got nothing on the guys I went through basic training with before I switched departments to work for DRIP. I mean, they made an art form out of giving me hell once they found out I was a general's son. My skin's as thick as an ashta's.
A general's son.
My parents are military vet. As for my siblings, all three, our brother Taylor... It might. Here's hoping the place hasn't burst into flames without its most charming weapons tester to keep an eye on things. Nice chatting with you.
Okay. So, he comes from parents who serve in the military. Interesting. Okay, who's this guy? The Hunter. looks intimidating.
Not used to people coming up to me. The suit usually scares them off. Although I guess that's my fault, isn't it?
Who are you? What are you doing here? Where did you get that suit anyway?
I guess you could say I've always had it. Once you've been all over, like I have, you might find yourself in something like this too.
I want one too. It's an impressive suit, if a little intimidating.
Yeah, well, I go all over. A little psychological warfare up front tends to make things easier.
So you're saying you're a thug. I'm guessing you're a mercenary then, or military.
Retired, actually. From too many lives to count. But I've been all those things, yeah. And a few more.
Okay.
I spend a lot of time in the fringes these days. God help you if you come across something someone wants.
Oh, is that a threat?
You'd think it was things like civilizations and factions that cause people to want to shoot each other. No, even without that, it's still winner take all.
There's a whole philosophy behind that sentence, isn't there?
You're on to me.
That's bleak. Plenty of people are out there helping each other. As long as I'm the winner, that sounds fine by me.
Yeah, you got that right. Wait a second. I think I'm in danger of having a real conversation with someone for a change. Better stop here.
Okay.
I'm sure we'll see each other again.
Okay. What are you doing here?
I'll see you around.
I want your suit. Where did you get it?
I go all over the settled systems. Might run into you again. I'm just waiting on something. Don't mind me. I'll see you around. I go all over the settled systems. Might run into you again.
I'm not doing you any good hanging around here, Skipper.
Hope life is treating you well. Let me know if I can get you anything. Hey there. Always nice to see a new face. First time in New Atlantis?
No, I'm not new. I come in here all the time. This is my home.
Nope, sorry. Can't pull one over on me. I'm good with faces, and I don't recognize yours. Go ahead and make yourself comfortable, new guy.
What?
Let me know if there's anything I can get you.
My parents live here, and I live with them before I went to work with Argos. What do you mean? Heard any good rumors lately?
You know, I had a guy in here last week ranting that General Shao ought to send the Marines down into the well. I'm usually all for letting folks speak their mind. Most times it can't be helped after a few drinks. But that was just too much. Anybody stuck living in the well, it almost certainly isn't by choice. And things down there aren't that bad.
Wait, is he implying that guy wants the general to send what, soldiers down there to mop up the place? Heard any good rumors lately?
Bit of a slow news day around here. Ah, well, speaking of news, some folks are convinced David Barron, you know, the SSN anchor, is some sort of Freestar sympathizer. Ridiculous, if you ask me. Sure, they ran a couple of stories about Aquila City that weren't totally critical, but come on. Have you ever been? It's really not that bad. Anyway, that's the sort of high-stakes stuff people talk up while waiting on a flight. So glad you asked, aren't you? I can tell.
So SSNN is a news outlet. So what's the word around town?
You know, I had a guy in here last week ranting that general... I'm usually all for letting anybody stuck...
Business seems to be booming for you.
Yep. Spaceport traffic keeps me pretty busy. But just between you and me, I've got something in the works that'll change everything. A new drink that'll make this place famous, galaxy-wide.
Depends on what's in it.
Well, at the moment, it's what's not in it that's an issue right now. I don't have everything for the recipe. I made a deal with the hauler to bring me some small samples of an ingredient I think will make all the difference. But it never showed up. Turns out the guy I hired was also hired by a few other folks. The kind of folks who ship less than legal cargo. Security got wind, and the whole lot was impounded. Now they're just sitting on it, taking their sweet time like they always do. It's killing me.
Oh, so the thing she needs was shipped together with something less legal. That's why it got caught. In legal in legal matters. I mean in customs stuff. Okay. Hold on. Can't you just order some more of whatever you need?
Yes. What with all these extra credits cluttering up the place, why didn't I think of that? Sorry, snark isn't helpful. This stuff was pricey to get a hold of the first time.
I'm sure that whatever it is, we could concoct a perfectly good substitute. Really? Sounds like the sort of thing that could drive one to drink.
Very clever of you. Your parents must be so proud.
They
And
do.
really, I'm not even certain this is what I need to finish the recipe. I think it is. I need to get my hands on that cargo.
I missed my chance on using the chemistry dialogue. Okay, can I
Catch you later.
load? Hold on. Yeah, let me see. I missed my chance to use the unique dialogue option because of the chemistry, right?
I go all over the settled systems. Might run into you again. I'm just waiting on something. Don't mind me.
Hey there. Always nice to... Nope. Go ahead and let me know if there's any... well, ridiculous if you... Anyway. You know, I had a guy... I'm usually all for let anybody stuck... Yep. I've got some... Well, I made a deal with him, but it never showed up. Security got wind? Yes. What with... Sorry.
Chemistry. I'm sure that whatever it is, we could concoct a perfectly good substitute.
That's a nice offer and all, but I kind of want to keep this proprietary. Secret, even. No offense.
Ah, I see.
And really, I'm not even certain this is what I need to finish the recipe. I think it is. I need to get my hands on that cargo.
She wants it proprietary, secret. And if she agreed to me helping her concoct it, then I would know the recipe, right? Yep. Why does that have an ominous tone to it?
I mean, doing something about this won't exactly be on the straight and narrow, will it?
It sure is. Maybe you should just let this go.
Oh yeah, I absolutely should. But I'm not going to. Before we say anything else, I am in no way asking you to do anything that might violate any of the many, many laws in place here in New Atlantis or the larger United Colonies. This is just one friend talking to another friend, asking if maybe that friend could possibly find a way to get her important cargo out of the impound. And if, hypothetically, that were done in a less than 100% legal way, well, that might not be the worst thing in the world. You, with me on this?
Stop beating.
Surely you're not seriously considering this course of action. The last thing we need is UC security on our backs.
Oh, she looks so sad. Yeah, she looks so sad. I mean, who do I need to kill?
What? Come on, no. I'm already uncomfortable with this whole thing. Don't go making jokes like that. Seriously, can you help me with this or not?
I'm here for you. I'll do whatever I can.
God, you have no idea what a relief this is. I'm obviously not expecting you or anyone to go in guns blazing and taking hostages or something. I just figure there has to be a way to get what I need.
Sarah Morgan disliked that? Huh. Why? What have you tried already?
Like I said, I submitted the usual security release forms. But because my cargo is tied up with a bunch of, again, totally unrelated illegal stuff, I don't expect the forms to matter. At all. I went and talked to an officer at the office, too. Yumi. Sergeant, maybe? He was polite, but unhelpful. I declined to suggest that as their new slogan. New Atlanta Security. Polite, but unhelpful. Truth in advertising, eh?
Do you have any information to go off?
I know a few things, but not much. The cargo is being held down at the spaceport, not in the security office. Still, they use the same access cards. If you had one, it'd work. How or why you would have a UC security access card is none of my business, of course. I'm sure I'm better off not knowing. Beyond that, the ship decks over there might also be able to get in. I don't know any of them, or I'd be talking to them instead of you. No offense.
Okay, no hostages? Well, there goes my idea.
Yeah, this is hardly a life or death situation. Some light breaking and entering at worst, right?
How do I get what you need?
I'm obviously not expecting you or anyone to go in guns blazing and taking hostages or something. I just figure there has to be a way to get what I need.
Don't worry, I'll figure something out.
I'm not worried. I'm annoyed.
Okay.
Wait, are you saying I should be worried? No, of course not. It'll be fine. Totally fine. I trust you. I'm obviously not expecting you. See you around. Hey there, new guy.
Good
to
guy.
see you again. Can
I
get you
live
something?
here with my parents, or used to.
Well, ridiculous. Anyway,
Can I buy a drink?
well, that's what I'm here for. What'll it be?
No, I don't need drink.
Stop by anytime you'd like to catch up.
Why did you dislike that? We're helping your friend, right? Why do you dislike that?
Sidonia is an industrial town. The people there. So long.
Why did you dislike that? I'm helping your friend here.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Wait. What's the mission? Distilling confidence. Nisa Marcano has asked me to help acquire some cargo from off-world. It's being held in secure storage at the spaceport. Okay, I'm going there, but I'm going there either way, right? So, it's on my route. I'll need to figure out a way to retrieve it. Spaceport. Okay. Yep.
A diplomatic visa? You
What?
got to be kidding me.
Who are these?
Envoys haven't needed diplomatic visas since the colony war.
The law's the law, sir, and that one's still on the books. New Atlantis Security Charter 2308 Addendum, Article 2, Section 8.
Ludicrous. You made all that up. There is no such addendum. The war ended almost 20 years ago. I am Representative Evans Chisholm of the Freestar Collective.
Evans Chisholm.
I've been coming here for months trying to ensure continued peace.
I don't make up the laws, Representative. I just enforce them. You have a good day now. Someplace else. Stay safe out there.
Talk to Representative Chisholm.
I think that job would suit me well.
How about that? What? Can't you see I'm dealing with something?
Are you alright? I didn't mean to disturb you.
I apologize for snapping. No, I'm definitely not alright. I've got work to do at the embassy. And our overly diligent security officer over there won't let me enter the city. Claims I need a diplomatic visa, which I have never needed before in all the time I've visited New Atlantis.
Do you know anyone that can help? I can talk to them for you.
Oh, really? And here I am biting your head off. Apologies. I'm just, well, rather flustered. Look, if you have time, could you please go to the Freestar Collective Embassy and speak to a diplomat? They'll know what to do.
Freestar Collective Embassy, okay. For a few credits, I'd be happy to make a little detour to your embassy. Why aim for credits? Why not aim for a better, a favor? Hey, it's my pleasure. My good deed for the day.
Thank you. I'll wait here until the embassy sends the cavalry. Not like I have much choice.
But you'll have to wait, okay? I'm going off world for a while. Talk to an embassy diplomat.
Speak to someone at the embassy. They'll be able to clear this up. Speak to someone at the embassy. They'll be able to clear this up.
Officer Wilkes.
Can I help you?
Do I need a diplomatic visa to enter New Atlantis?
A what? Oh. Heard my talk with the good representative, did you? No, you're fine. It's just a little game I like to play with the Freestar Collective guys. Keeps them on their toes.
Oh.
Make sure they know who's boss here in New Atlantis.
Oh, it's just a game. It's just a game.
Visa. Politicians haven't needed one of those since the Colony War.
Oh, I see. So, Officer Wilkes was lying. The addendum you mentioned, it sounds like you made that up.
Huh? What, article whatever, section whatever? Yeah, right. I also got a bridge to sell you in Sidonia. Interested?
What?
Now beat it. Can't you see I'm busy policing? Can I help you?
What's your problem with that man? Representative Chisholm, I mean.
Oh, you heard that? Like I said, he needs a diplomatic visa to enter the city. Not my fault he doesn't know the law. Ignorance is no excuse, you know?
Yeah, but let's be honest. You could have let him in.
I mean, yeah, sure, I could have. And I could say you assaulted me.
What?
Because that's what having power is. Now why don't you go take a walk?
Oh no. We have a corrupt cop.
Can I help you?
Your anger with that man seems so personal.
Yeah, I won't deny it. Freestar politicians coming here like they own the place.
But they...
Peace my ass.
What?
What's so peaceful about breaking the armistice? About expanding into systems they're not supposed to? Everyone knows they're doing it. Everyone. Worst kept secret in the settled systems. Hey, they did it when they caused the Colony War, and now they're doing it again. My uncle died in that war. You know what I'm saying?
So after the armistice was signed, the Freestar Collective is breaking the Treaty of Narion again? Is this true, or is he just assuming stuff? I don't know, do I want... Look, if I choose this, will he listen to me? But I would like to go to the embassy though. I've never been there.
Some other time then.
Let's exit.
Can I help you? That everything?
Okay.
Speak to someone at the embassy. They'll be able to clear this up.
Okay, but you have to wait though. I'm going off world. Oh wait, hold on. Maybe I can.
How are you holding up?
Yeah, no, I'm going off world. You have to wait. Diplomat, Mr. Diplomat. I'm sorry. Hey, Icono Hall.
Captain Black. Do you Captain Black? Hello. I believe this is a process known as small talk. It is not my specialty, but I will do my best. Travel safely.
I remember Vasco is going to teach me how to make an outpost once we reach ground. Right? Icono Hall.
Suppose I have time for a nap before we leave?
Well, you can take a nap if you want. Go ahead. Why are you trapped over there? That's
I was just thinking about you.
Marika Boros. Wait, where is the bunk beds on this ship? I forgot. This is the captain's bed, right? Where is the bunk bed for the crew? I forgot. Let me check. Wait, what's Vasco doing here?
To be able to see yourself whenever you want. I
Wait.
bet your whole house is full of mirrors. Is
Wait.
it weird that I still get nervous around you? We're literally best friends after all. Yes, Your Eminence?
Your
I don't
Eminence.
mind. Why would I? That would be a tragedy. Being part of your crew is just the best. There was a small bit of course. I'm an open book. Read me, write me, listen to me on your preferred electronic device. It's all fine. Oh, I'm not that interesting. Well, you... Let me know if you want to talk some more.
Wait, so this ship doesn't have bunk beds? So how will the crew sleep then? They don't sleep? They just sit around, I guess? What? Really? So, okay. I am at an impasse here. I like the interior of Icono Hall better, right? Especially they have windows where I can look outside. However, they don't have bunk beds for the crew to sleep in. How are they going to sleep then?
I'm literally following in your
I never realized that the Icono Hall has no bunk beds for the crew. Only one bed, and it's for me, the captain. Wow. This is so bad. The crew needs rest too, you know. Where are they going to sleep then?
Did you need something?
Maybe I should change. Maybe I should change ship to the shield breaker, so the crew can have somewhere to sleep, right? But there are no windows inside the ship. I can't look outside. Here I can look out the window from my quarter, or from the second floor. But the downside is there is no place for the crew to sleep. Well, they can sleep on the floor
Thanks for stopping to chat.
or on the chairs, but that's not going to be comfortable for them, right? I'm conflicted now. Comfort for the crew or my taste in the interior. Which one should I pick? I can't believe there is no beds for the crew. Okay, are these chairs... can you recline these chairs? I don't know.
Do you think the documentary about your life will be made into a movie? And who do you think will play me?
Play me. And hold on, there is no toilet. I just realized there is no toilet, right? Hold on. There is no toilet on the ship. Dang it. That is very important for the crew. Not even in the captain's quarter. No toilet in the captain's quarter. Alright, I'm changing the ship to shield breaker.
Got anything you need to offload? Trade Authority is always buying. Kiosk right here for you. Okay, no problem.
Okay, Econo Hall. Crew 5, okay. And most importantly, this ship has toilets and bunk beds.
Like their owners, for decorating their ships with heat leech nests would be a nice touch.
Okay, this ship doesn't have windows from the inside to look out from, but at least this ship has bunk beds for the crew to sleep, take a rest, and shower and toilet. That's very important for the crew's morale. So here we are, we have 4 beds for the crew, right? And a toilet and shower. Very important. I'm stuck. Okay. But the downside is there are no windows to look out from. No windows, and I cannot access the upper floor. Why? Why can't I access the upper floor? And this is my captain's quarter plus briefing room, I guess. Captain's quarter plus briefing room. But what I can't understand, why do they put the navigation console so far away from the cockpit? It should be placed closer to the cockpit. Marika.
Missed the sound of my voice, huh?
Ah.
Any news to share?
Do you mind if I ask you some personal questions?
You know me. I'm an open book.
Where are you from?
I was raised in Hope Town on Polvo.
Polvo.
It's a corporate town run by Ron Hope.
Ron Hope.
CEO of Hope Tech Manufacturing.
Hope Tech.
He likes to sell it as a utopia. A place where workers are provided everything they need for a happy life. But that's a lie. The conditions are awful for the average person in Hope Town. Almost everyone there lives hand to mouth.
Can you tell me a bit more about Hope Tech.
Hope Tech is a starship manufacturer. They make cargo freighters and other industrial vehicles. Most of them are clunky eyesores, barely suited for grav jumping. But people keep buying them, so Hope Tech keeps making them.
Barely suited for grav jumping. Isn't that dangerous? What if the ship falls apart during a grav jump? I assume a grav jump is like a warp, right? What was it like growing up there?
I grew up on the edge of poverty, like most working class people in Hopetown. My parents' wages from Hope Tech barely kept food on the table. For a long time, I couldn't imagine my life any other way. Ron Hope does a good job making sure his workers feel like they're being cared for.
Okay.
It wasn't until I got old enough to start working in the factories myself that I started to understand how bad things really were.
Why are the conditions there so bad?
It's Ron Hope's fault. He controls everything that happens in Hopetown. Our entire economy is dependent on him. There's nothing stopping him from increasing wages and improving safety in his factories, but he won't do it. Keeping your workforce poor and plying them with cheap liquor at company stores is a good way to keep them around.
Cheap liquor, okay. If things are that bad, I'm surprised more people don't leave.
I think more people would if they had the chance. But Hope Tech makes it almost impossible.
How?
They barely make enough to keep the lights on, let alone start a new life outside of Hopetown. That's why I joined the Freestar Rangers. I knew they'd fly me to Aquila for training, and I wanted to do something more meaningful with my life than building
Aquila?
starships.
Oh.
I thought being a ranger would be a perfect fit. But it didn't turn out like I was expecting.
So Aquila is a
Boarding
free...
the ship to leave Hopetown might be the best thing that happened to me while I was a deputy.
So Aquila is a Freestar city. How was working with the Rangers different than you were expecting?
In the stories I heard growing up, the Rangers were always described as the ultimate champions of justice in the galaxy. But if you've spent any time in the Freestar Collective, it's obvious that they haven't even made a dent in the problems there. Just look at Neon. Poverty and crime are all over the city, but the Rangers barely bothered to patrol it. Learning that made me reconsider my opinion of them.
Okay, so Neon is also a Freestar city. Interesting. Marika has these complaints about Freestar Rangers. However, Ricardo Bosch have good experiences with them. Interesting. So, which one is more common? The things that Marika said now, or the things that Ricardo Bosch said? Or maybe the Freestar Rangers are not a uniform organization. Maybe they have different outfits. I don't know. I need to go there maybe to Freestar City and find out more about Freestar Rangers, assuming I can ask them questions about it. Sorry to hear that leaving Hopetown wasn't that.
Got your tongue, huh?
Sorry to hear that leaving Hopetown wasn't what you expected.
No apology needed, huh? It's not your fault. For all that working with the Rangers wasn't for me, I still learned a lot. It was eye-opening to see how people live all over the Freestar Collective. I thought the conditions in Hopetown were unique, but leaving Polvo showed me I was wrong about that.
Okay, how did leaving Polvo change your perspective on the Freestar Collective?
It showed me that Ron Hope's attitude isn't unique. The Freestar Collective is full of people willing to take advantage of others to get what they want. And there are barely any systems in place to stop them. No one to tell them no or punish them for it. That's the downside of the Freestar way of doing things, huh? No social safety nets. It's hard for anyone born into poverty to improve their situation, especially with people like Ron Hope and Benjamin Bayou in power.
Benjamin Bayou, who's that? Who's Benjamin Bayou?
He's the administrator of Neon.
Neon?
Basically owns the city. I like to say that not a credit gets spent on Volai Alpha that doesn't end up in Bayou's pocket. I feel sorry for anyone who has to grow up there. Povo was bad, but at least we didn't have violent gangs.
Oh, Neon does. Okay. Volai Alpha. What is that? A planet? You seem to have improved your situation just fine. I never really thought about it like that before.
You're not alone. Most Freestars aren't very good at introspection. I took plenty of flack for criticizing the Rangers before I left the Freestar Collective behind.
Will you tell me more about why? Will you tell me more about why you decided to leave the Freestar Rangers?
The longer I spent with the Rangers, the more I started to feel like they serve the Freestar Collective's government more than its citizens. I couldn't make peace with the fact that an organization that claimed to stand for freedom and individuality let places like Hopetown exist. Eventually, the hypocrisy was too much. I made the decision to resign and move to the UC. Seemed like people there might share more of my views.
What made you think the UC would be any better?
There's a reason the United Colonies and the Freestar Collective have never quite seen eye to eye. They do things very differently. The UC provides services like healthcare and job placement for its citizens. Those kind of things don't exist in the Freestar Collective. My opinions about the government's responsibility to its citizens seem to fit better with the UC's way of doing things.
The UC sounds more ideal, but I need to know more about how UC handles stuff. Do they expect absolute obedience from its citizens? In times of emergency, will they treat their citizens like cattle to be corralled, and no buts, no ifs? I need to know. I think I would have made the same decision. Hypocrisy is taking it a bit far. I'm sure the Rangers do their best. I don't know. I mean, I've never experienced what she experienced, right? I've never been in the Freestar Rangers.
Captain, is everything okay?
And I've never heard anything about the Freestar Rangers. Maybe I shouldn't antagonize her. Maybe I should just play along. At least with my limited knowledge for now. I think I would have made the same decision.
It was the right decision, but it wasn't an easy one. My family is still in Hopetown. That was almost enough to keep me from leaving the Freestar Collective.
Oh, your family is still there.
I had my mind set on finding a better place for all of us. I've been trying to find my parents a way out of Hopetown for years. I thought if I moved to the UC and found out things were better there, they might finally be willing to consider it.
Maybe we can go to Hopetown and get your parents out of there. Did you find what you were looking for when you moved to the UC?
I thought I did at first. New Atlantis is clean and safe, and most of the people there are happy. And it seemed like the government was doing a lot to keep it that way. But my perspective changed after I took an entry-level job with UC Security. They stationed me in the well. I couldn't believe the conditions down there.
Oh, the
It made
well.
all the UC talk of a perfect society seem like propaganda. The more I started looking around, the more cracks I saw in the whole thing.
What kind of things did you see in the well that changed your perspective? Hold on. Aside from the well, what else did you see that made you question the UC's intentions?
Their treatment of the soul system to begin with.
Oh,
It's
soul
one
system.
of humanity's greatest treasures, and they've let it fall into total disarray. The UC's insistence on maintaining a large and well-equipped military is also a bit off-putting. If they're committed to intergalactic peace, why do they need it? Those are the kinds of questions you almost never hear UC citizens ask. I think that comes down to good marketing on Mast's part.
I think every faction or sovereign state requires a standing military to defend themselves. If not, when threats come to their doorstep, they don't have a way to defend themselves or make the invasion costly for the invaders. I think that's why sovereign states have militaries. What kind of things did you see in the well that changed your perspective?
The UC makes a show of promising job placement and housing options to all its citizens. But if those programs exist in the well, there's no sign of them. Most people down there live in the same conditions I saw in Hopetown. There's crime and unemployment, and a lack of good medical care. It's nothing like the rest of New Atlantis. But you'd never know that from the outside, of course.
I see.
The UC makes most people down there live in the same conditions
Hopetown?
I saw
Okay.
It's nothing like...
Hold on.
The UC makes a show of promising job placement and how most people down there live in the same conditions. It's nothing like the rest.
Okay, so the condition in the well is the same like the condition in Hopetown. It reminded her of Hopetown. There's promises of jobs and housing options, but none of those signs are seen in the well now. So just, empty promises, I guess. What good would it do the UC to lie to its citizens? Oh my goodness, my character is always in the most of the time it's in the best interest of the government to lie to its citizens. Why? Well, one example is to keep power. What good would it
Something on
do?
your mind, Captain?
What good would it do the UC to lie to its citizens? What kind of question is that? It's like he's very naive.
I think the UC government doesn't like people challenging its decisions or remembering its history in too much detail. Mast did some horrific things during the Colony War. They'd rather people forget about them, especially citizens who might start demanding a change.
Oh, they did?
The best way to maintain the status quo is to keep people from examining things closely. Consistent propaganda is a good tool for that.
Okay, so they did horrible stuff during the Colony War. That's why, as part of the armistice, the Free Star demanded 3 high-ranking officials to be put on trial. And the result is they were executed, right? 3 officials from the UC military. I think my assumption, it has something to do with what happened in Nira, right? It was a Free Star colony occupied by UC to serve as a forward operating base. And lots of battles and cruelty happened there, I think, according to the narration. in the
If you want my opinion on something, you have to ask.
during the Vanguard orientation, I think. I never believed that things in the UC are as perfect as Mars would like us to think. Okay. I don't know, right? I don't know for sure. I need to know more, but let's just play along with the sentiment.
It all seems just a little bit too shiny when you really start to look closely, huh? I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks so. Once the wool fell from my eyes, living in New Atlantis lost its luster. That's when I decided life in the major factions wasn't for me. The problems run too deep. There's corruption and division everywhere, and not enough people are willing to see it. I don't think that will change anytime soon. It seems to me like the only option is starting over, huh? Founding a colony without the influence of massive governments and corporations. Maybe people would be kinder to each other in a place like that.
But you have to remember one thing though. Once you found a new colony, you must have a way to defend it from external threats. For example, right? It doesn't, and it's not always coming from pirates or bandits or spacers. What if you see once what you have there? What if Freestar wants what you have there? And also the House Varun Zealots. Threats will come from many sources, and you must find a way to defend your newfound colony. And how to defend your newfound colony? To have
This really isn't like you.
to have a very capable military. And how do you have that? Well, a very capable military must be supported by a strong economy as well. Industrialization also important, and trade as well. So you need to improve and expand, and once you reach that, I think you will experience the same problems that either UC or Freestar is experiencing. Once you have those problems, you better have a better idea than those two factions how to deal with it, or you'll be trapped in the same hole. What makes you think that?
I've always tried to see the best in people. I really believe that the average person wants what's best for everyone around them. I think without the influence of big governments and greedy corporations, people will treat each other better.
I see. Maybe you should be the person to try it. Yeah, but you have to really think this through though. You can't go half-assed. You must have foolproof plans. Not just for finding a new colony, but for the future. Its security, its prosperity, improvements, etc. Maybe you should be the one. Maybe you should be the person to try it.
You read my mind, Captain. You're really getting to know me, huh? I've been thinking about the idea of founding my own settlement for a while. It isn't in my nature to sit around while the problems in the settled systems get worse. But I'm not rushing into anything. If I'm really going to do this, I need to get a better sense of how people live all over the settled systems. That means visiting the major cities and looking at both the good things and the bad. That way, I can decide what things I want to keep and what I am going to leave behind. Good thing I'm working for a captain that likes to travel, huh? We'll hit all the major cities in no time.
Sure, I think I can help you with that.
I appreciate it. And don't you worry, I won't let this distract me from my normal duties. You're still the boss.
Okay.
That was a nice talk.
Yep, it was. Why
You're
are you
looking splendid today, Captain.
Why are you squatting in front of this? What is this? Generator machine? Is it cold? You need the warmth of this machine. Hey, I just realized the cockpit is similar to the cockpit of the Deimos hoplite that I used in the simulation. Huh.
You are the greatest. No, better than the greatest. I know that's grammatically impossible, but somehow you... Up, up, and away!
Is this your first time going into space? Fan?
Hell of a view from here.
Yep, hell of a view. Where are we going now? Oh, I forgot this mission in the spaceport. Hold on, I have to go back. Yeah, I have to go back.